Welcome to Whispers and Choco. This is how we do, and if you don't know, now you do. I'm Shawnee Whispers.
And I'm Mike Choco.
Together we are Mike and Sean in Purebred Loco. Oh no, we fucked that up. Okay.
Yeah.
And we might go loco.
And we might go loco.
And just in case you wonder what went wrong, or just in case you wonder what took long, we'll say that we're sorry, and this show is going.
This show is going straight to hell. Straight to hell.
I like that one, yes.
Every single time.
Why? That's so good. I have to say that. I have to say it.
Accidental intros are always the best.
That is. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thursday. What's the date? What's the time, Shawnee B?
It is April 1st. It's a beautiful Thursday night, and we are among baseball.
Yay!
Opening day, baby.
Yay! I
Except
love
our
you.
team's not opening.
Boo.
That's an issue.
Boo.
Our team's not opening. But
COVID.
Fuck you, COVID.
Fuck
But
you, COVID.
other teams have opened, and
Yes.
baseball's back.
Baseball is
and
back. Most important. It's beautiful. It's sexy. Baseball.
It's always sexy.
Baseball is always sexy.
Always sexy.
I love baseball. Most important, anybody that want to call in today, we'd love to hear from you. 718-616-9971.
Okay.
You want to go for it?
No. I didn't know what Mike was doing. Sorry about that. Because I'm
No, just adjusting the feedback. That's all.
I'm hearing a little. My headset doesn't sound right, normal.
Your
But
head,
we'll
head
continue and
doesn't
move.
sound right.
Yeah, no. Normally I hear it. It's like it's not good. But we can move forward either way
Let's
because
move forward.
we have a very important day today. A day that we're going to talk about, and a day that needs to be spoken about
Spoken day.
because it's probably.
I'm gonna go under the desk between your legs. Don't take this the wrong
Ooh,
way.
somebody's
Whoa.
going down.
See, like honestly, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear what he just said. I hear him in the room.
You said go down?
but not over my head.
You just heard down and that
Oh,
was it?
there we go. Hold on, that's better.
Oh,
No, see, I tried to dial Mike and it wasn't working.
gifted. You're so gifted.
But
at
anyway,
this.
we'll on the fly because Mike's literally in between
and
my legs right now.
on the fly.
So, yeah, it's. I mean, we could debate whether what kind of like level of day it was in Met history, but today or yesterday was, in my opinion, the second greatest day as far as a new player coming to the Mets.
So the debate prior to this morning's news, we were trying to figure out if he didn't accept, and his name is.
Well, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. I just got the audio back. I just got my audio back. I'm sorry.
All right.
All right. Say that
So-
again. I'm sorry.
So
I couldn't hear you.
we were debating the conversation of the
Yes.
contracts, like
Right.
who's going to have it. If he doesn't sign this contract, who is available to get?
Right.
What's the big name? What's the sexy name? Who'd we bring in? So the whole conversation for us was, hey, this Story. He's from New York. Let's bring him in.
Well,
If you're-
bring a
Right.
Long Island guy back who's used to being in New York. And
Then you got Baez over there from Chicago, the Cubs, and say like, well, but if he looks at Lindor and sees that Lindor doesn't take the money, then he's like, well, maybe I want more.
right.
So we were debating this and we're having this conversation. We're trying to figure it out. And
Well, we never script shows, but
No.
this was we're fans and we're friends, so we talked last night about this for a while. Like we had a long
So
conversation
this is
about it.
basically the communication of today.
And I honestly feel that, like I said yesterday, we were in a driver's seat anyway, regardless. And the reason why I say that is there's a few teams that can afford to offer contracts like we offered Lindor. And I say we, and people hate when you say we, because it's like you're not the owner.
Yeah,
But
you're not the owner. You don't
the
have
amount
a
of money
paycheck
that
to
me
put
and
out
you
there.
spend on this team throughout our history of our lives, I can say we. And if you don't like I say we, go kick rocks, because I'm going to say we as much as I possibly can.
He pulled. Rather enjoyed that. That was nice of you.
See, Aunt Pat, that was for you.
And other Aunt Pat, that was also for you.
But no, I was talking about your Aunt Pat.
my Aunt Pat.
My Aunt Pat doesn't care. She's just like, I gave up on you years ago.
Well, there you go. So so sitting there and we were judging it, and like the Yankees aren't going to spend that kind of money on a shortstop.
Right.
They have they have a young, talented shortstop.
They have Glaber Torres, who
Right.
I mean,
and he.
they
hit.
could move him over. I think they could move him to second. But the Yankees, I told you, the Yankees to me were the biggest threat. Aside from the Yankees,
But like they would, it's too many maneuvering. There's a lot of guys that you'd have to keep shifting.
Right.
You know, Sanchez homer today.
how many times are you going to change guys' positions?
Right, Sanchez homer today, but he's got a glove. He's not a good catcher. I don't care what the numbers
Sanchez
say.
is trash,
Sanchez
and they're not
is-
re-signing him though.
They're not, and you know what? He's probably going to get traded for something else.
Right.
And what's the first baseman's name? First base DH.
LeMahieu.
Well, he's everything. He's the all
Well,
utility.
he's their starting first baseman now, or he's their starting.
He's their starting
baseman.
second
Oh
baseman.
yeah, you're right.
Voit,
I'm
right?
sorry. Yes,
Voit?
it's Voit. It's
Voit.
Voit. Luke Voit.
So he's eventually
You're
going
right,
to slide
you're right.
into the full DH.
Yes.
Okay. You have Troutman. You have a couple of other guys you can do now. I'm sorry, that's a mistake. He's not going to be the full-time DH,
right.
Because Stanton is there, and they're not going to put
That's
him in
what
the
I'm
outfield.
saying. You have Talkman's staying in the outfield. Talkman's not, isn't he? He's an outfielder.
Well, you have a surplus of outfielders.
That's what I'm saying. He's not. Listen, you gotta remember, they have history of injuries left and right, so they need guys that can play the outfield.
Right. So
Because if Judge gets hurt, if Hicks gets hurt, that's half their outfield, more
Okay.
than half their outfield.
But they brought back. They have Frazier.
Right.
They have
Who's a stud. I love Frazier.
right. They have Stanton just in case they need to put him
Stanton
out there.
can't play the outfield though.
I mean, he's originally an outfield, so if you
Trust
need
me
him,
when
he
I
can
tell
go
you
out
they
there.
don't want him in the outfield.
Right, and you have well, I can't think
And
of the
Tauchman.
center.
It's
No,
Tauchman.
the center fielder, the old guy. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the veteran. See, we're on podcast and we're both stuck on stupid.
Oh my God.
Which is pretty hilarious. The little left
Gardner.
Gardner.
Jeez, I can't believe I couldn't get that one.
Gardy. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know,
I guess it proves how much we don't like the Yankees. No,
I
but
know
we
it's
both
not-
know that.
I just
You know
I
what?
know who
People
Gardner
don't
is.
understand when the light turns green, how it's easy to get stuck on stupid and
Well, that was-
sound dumb.
But you're not focused on every name
we definitely
from the
know
Yankees.
we definitely know who Brett Gardner is. We
just don't remember.
We both got
We
caught.
know him. We just don't remember his name.
But I don't know how it turned into a Yankee conversation because we were talking
no,
about
I'm saying Sanchez homer.
right.
It's like
whether the Yankees could afford him or not, whether it's a good idea to go
Right.
after
So
him.
one
because
player
they
would have
have
to go, they
Glaber,
trade the- right.
and they have guys. They have guys that could play.
but they're not. They weren't going
They
to
have,
spend
you
that
know,
money.
they still have Andujar, who they didn't give up on yet. You know
Right.
what I mean? So, but my point is,
They have enough that they don't need to spend on
it's
him.
neither here nor there because they signed Lindor, but
So they did, and you know what? It's only $16 million more,
Right.
And you have him for 10 years,
and they deferred some of the
And-
money, so the contract changed. I think not worse for him, but better for the Mets. He's still getting a ton
you
of
just
money.
added a superstar.
Right.
Okay, you already had him. You just extended the life that you will use him, and he will exist in your uniform.
Right.
Like it's a
Just think about this.
this wouldn't have happened
It's gonna
last
be
year.
it's gonna be
2 years ago.
2033. I'm sorry, it's gonna be 2031 when we're worrying about who's gonna be playing shortstop for the Mets again.
Not because at that time,
But I'm saying
they'll
it's
move someone.
bananas though if you think about that. You know what I
At
mean?
that time, like McNeil would be like 60, and he'll be move
Yeah.
over to shortstop.
Well, I mean, but a lot can happen. So, and I've always been a firm believer of, I understand these long contracts, and I was one that said, give him the 12 years. If it's going to be a deal breaker, give it to him.
But
I
but
like
12
that. I
years
like
at
that they.
$400 million doesn't turn out to be that
wasn't-
much different.
It wasn't going to be. It was going to be 12 years at 385 or what he said. But my point is, you're right. You're 100% right. It wouldn't be different. You're just adding years. You're not adding
yeah,
salary.
you're not adding salary.
You are in the sense that you're paying him more, but
But you're giving him $30 million a year anyway.
But
33.
But the whole point is, so much
Excuse me.
can happen in 12 years. So that's why I said, if that's the deal breaker, give it to him. I mean, it's not my money. It's not anybody else's money anyway. And Cohen's got it. But as a, just being a smart baseball guy, you're like 12 years is a long time. You don't want to pay somebody 40 years old.
Well, he also doesn't look like the kind of guy that moves over to third or to first.
No.
Right? So 12
But
years,
listen,
you're looking at 12
Cal
years. as
Ripken
a-
played to 40. Derek Jeter played to 40.
Yes,
Mike
but-
Bordick, who played effectively to 40.
Yes, but like Derek
And
Jeter.
I don't know why I thought it. I know why I thought of
he
him
was
because
like-
Ilya
he
used to
was-
massage him.
Oh,
Yeah.
rub.
My ex-wife used to rub his body,
Rub and tug?
which was always a great thing. But the whole thing is
Mike Bordick.
Mike Bordick. But he was a solid shortstop, and
yes,
he was
but
productive
by the
at
time
a late
when they
age.
brought him here, he was older, and it was they
And
shouldn't have
listen,
run. They shouldn't have
trust
been
me when
here.
I tell you, I'm not comparing fucking Mike Bordick to Francisco Lindor. My point is that shortstops can play to a late age.
Right.
And Francisco Lindor hasn't shown any history of injury.
Right.
So the track record's there. His numbers are
But
there.
a guy like Cal Ripken
he's a great clubhouse guy.
goes from short to third to first in DH.
right. Well,
right?
Cal
It's
Ripken's a
different-
little bit different. And
Right.
that happened in 2 years.
And if we go a little bit longer than that, but if
well, he
we,
played third for 2 years.
But
and
if
then-
we go into DH, if the National League goes into DH,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who you have. Like if he's your hitter and he's 36 and he's still playing at that level and he doesn't have to play the field,
Right.
who cares?
Right.
You know,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
But I think more importantly, the point is win now. Why is anybody worrying what's going to happen 10 years from now? You can't get to 10 years unless you live the first couple of years. And let's win. This is the best way I described it because
Okay.
in the group, in the Met groups on Facebook and all this shit we were debating and which I hate doing on social
okay,
media.
but everything is a
it's
debate.
exciting.
Like,
You know what it is? But it's exciting and like I hate those group debates, but it's exciting during this was huge because it's Lindor, it's the Mets, it's our future. And my biggest argument was this, my biggest statement to support my argument was, at the end of the day, if in 10 years, or say 12 years, because I was a proponent of giving it to him if he wanted it, right? If we win 2, maybe 3 World Series in a decade or 12 years, is it worth him being bad the last 2 years of those deals?
100%.
100%.
100%.
Not even debatable. Like, that's not even something that any Met fan who says no is not a real fan.
Look, when they're
like a sidearm couch
Right.
GM that's trying to be smarter than everybody else.
They gave Pujols that money, and people were like, huh, why would you give that guy? Wait till now when he's old and they haven't won, and they're like, look at that contract.
How many World
it's
Series did the
burdening.
Cardinals win?
Well, after when he left, they didn't win any.
Oh, that's true.
One,
But they
and
won.
two.
But they won.
But his numbers
So
with
they're
the
winning.
Angels, his
but
numbers
they're-
with the Angels.
But they're a winning. No, you're right. I was
the
I was
point.
thinking about the Cardinals. Right.
Right.
But they're a winning organization. Winning organizations don't think that way. That's what I'm saying. I don't think winning organizations think in the sense of.
Right, but the Angels were trying to win, so they're like, I'm going to give him
And they-
all this. And Art Moreno, to his credit,
But
was
the
like,
Angels gave an old Albert Pujols money. They didn't give a.
well, yeah, so he's at the tail end of his career, and he has milestones to catch. I think he's like 83 hits
Yeah,
short
but
of
he's like 38 now, right?
yeah.
He's like
so
right,
at the end of his contract and all that money comes off, that would have been money that right now
Right.
you'd be spending on other
right.
people.
No, I get your comparison. I'm just saying I don't think Pujols is a different kind of guy because Angels invested in him late. Like he was a Cardinal in his prime, and he played like he's a Hall of
He's a
Fame.
stud.
I mean,
What's his nickname? The Machine?
The guy, he's a machine. And I understand the Angels taking a risk on a guy like that because that guy's like next level. I honestly, and listen, you can't compare individuals to individuals. So, everybody's like, oh, Lindor's not Mookie Betts. Lindor's not, any of the guys that got these big contracts. Well, to me, he's better than Harper. And Harper got over 300 million.
Yeah,
So Harper's a garbage
What did he got?
comparison.
$400
But
million from Philadelphia.
he's not Mike Trout. Nobody's Mike Trout. And then he's not Mookie Betts, which nobody.
Yes,
Are
right,
they
but like,
but are they all in the same class? Nobody's Michael Trout. I think you have Mike Trout.
and what's the drop off?
And then Mookie Betts is probably second, but with a very close.
Who's third?
It's hard right now. Because you have Yelich who's always up there. He's an MVP type guy that hits a lot of home runs.
Like a hitting kind of thing.
I
He's
think
a high
so.
average home run guy.
Right. And I think you got guys like, Seager's new, kind of blowing up.
Not new.
No,
Seager's
but they're very
got-
young. They haven't done it like
Right, and Seager's going to get whatever it is, $45 million from the Dodgers a year,
right.
320.
I don't know if he's going to get that much. He might because he might. You know what it is though? It's
Dodger money is what the
They
Yankee money
won the
used to
World
be.
Series. That's what I'm saying. So when you have a guy who has an MVP type caliber year for you,
But he's an MVP.
they got Bellinger and Seager was like Seager carried that team.
Right. So
Right.
So like it's a World Series win, right? The Dodgers finally got their World Series.
Right.
They have Betts and all
Those
that
teams
money.
are always willing to invest
Kershaw and all
in their
that
own
money.
players.
Their young pitchers are a few years away from worrying about what's the long-term contract.
Right.
When Turner comes off the books, that's $12 million more. Like
Right.
each
But-
player, Muncy's going to come off the books, and Bellinger will go back in there and outfield.
See,
There's some of
that's
that
what I'm
young
saying.
talent.
Like,
they
so
can,
all what you're saying is supports the fact that the Cardinals, the Yankees, the Red Sox up until recently, or not up until more recently, those are teams that have been successful, and then they reinvest in their own team, and they reinvest in their players. Like
they drop a lot of veteran talent.
To-
still prime.
right.
and and bring up these young guys, and you're like you're just completely
because they trust them,
They
and
trust
it
them.
works, and it works every time.
Look at they just traded
But that's what
Benintendi.
happens when you build a farm system that you trust, and you build a program you trust, and I think that I think the point I brought it up is because the Mets are kind of on their way for that. I think I think
But
that
the Mets are just known for overvaluing talent in the draft.
right, but we do have our top 5 guys in our organization are all in the top 100, and I think 3 out of the 5 of them are in the top 50. Crow Armstrong, Beatty, and who's the pitcher? No,
Allen, Matthew Allen?
no.
Or you're talking to-
Francisco Alvarez, the catcher. He's the number
But
one.
he's only 19 now.
It doesn't
18,
matter.
19?
They're all 3. So Francisco Alvarez right now is the number 2 catching prospect in baseball, if I'm not mistaken. And he's a high ceiling guy. He's 19. Crow Armstrong's 18, very young, and Beatty's young. Beatty's like 19, 18 or 19. But all 3 of those guys are in the top 50. You still got Ronnie Mauricio, top 100, and you still have the pitcher
Matthew Allen.
Matt Allen.
Matt Allen.
Whatever, Allen. So, and there's another pitcher.
Find out if he likes to be called Matthew.
No, I don't know. I knew him as whatever. It doesn't matter. I know
I
him.
knew-
We drank it when I was down there. We drank it. At
And
the
he said,
bowling
"Just
alley
call
at
me Matthew?"
At Duffy's, he said, "Just call me
Call me
Matt."
Matt.
So you're cool. Call me.
He was
Matt.
like, down here it's legal. So.
But yeah.
just
So
call me
anyway,
Matt.
I think the Mets are in a good spot because they have some decent young talent that's kind of like ready to go, right? In
And
the
a
next
few
year or
years
two,
away.
right? The next year or two, which is why we were both said we're happy that they didn't invest in the fucking Springer because
Yeah,
that
I
was
think
5
that
years.
I think that was a waste.
That would
not for
stunt-
them. We don't need it. I
that
don't
would
think the Mets
stunt the
need it.
growth of our young guy Crow Armstrong, who they love. And then you
Well, it
don't.
wouldn't stun him because he'd still play in the minor leagues. He wouldn't be available for the
But the-
pros.
but-
what would happen was a guy like Nimmo, right?
Who we both love, but
I think Nimmo is still progressing. So I don't
right,
know.
he's
I don't
still
know.
developing at an older age,
Right,
which is
because-
weird.
Because when in high school he wasn't a full-time ball
He
player.
had a fantastic spring, dude,
Yeah,
and he
so-
played great defense. Now the whole thing is great, but good. Like
You work hard at it.
good
So
defense.
maybe this is who he is.
in
Maybe
my
we finally
opinion,
got there.
my opinion, defense can be learned. If you learn
Mike Schmidt.
Pats.
Mike Schmidt was an awful third baseman and worked
A lot of
ass
guys have.
hard.
A lot of guys
and
have.
became a Gold Glove, a stud at it.
Listen, I'm not saying Pete Alonso's a Gold Glove, when the write up on Alonso was he was a horrible first baseman.
Right. But
was-
I never saw it. It's the
I
same
didn't
thing
see
they said-
horrible once.
It's the same thing they said about Duda. Duda wasn't a Duda
Duda
was a
was
good,
okay.
but he was just a big guy that was
So
like
I
shouldn't
think-
have been playing first.
I think with the right amount of offense around Nimmo, we can win with him. You know what I mean? The problem is in the big games. Like that one era or that one play, like what happened to us in against the Royals. You know what I mean? Where we had, Danny Murphy carried us to the World Series, and basically then Familia had a phenomenal year and essentially lost 2 games for us. And then Duda, who didn't even have a good year, and essentially lost the game for us. So we should have.
that throw
Throw was
home.
bad.
it
And
was-
then listen, I think the throw home was bad, and that made Familia look bad, and
Right.
that was due to all.
It was- yeah, that-
But Murphy's era was crushing. It was crushing, dude. If I'm not mistaken, it was the last out of the 8th inning, and then we'll go it was just. Dude, you know what it is when you have it's a fucking tailor-made ground ball, dude. Dude, it's a throw. Listen,
Yes.
throws should be made. Don't get me
right,
wrong.
but he's reaching across his body. He's not a good throw. He's a good
And
glove
I,
and
and I love
it,
Murph,
but,
but I
he's not a good
just
throw.
hated watching Murphy play defense, man. I hated it.
He was a third baseman by trade, who they moved in the outfield. Then they had him play second. They had first, and he was good at first, and then they moved him to second.
Yep.
And then he was at that point, he just left, took the money, decent guy, good soul, good bat. Probably should have never left the Mets, right? He should have been the first baseman. They shouldn't have tried to make him a second baseman. That's not what they wanted to do. He should have stayed there. He was
I agree.
made for third, but they tried to make him so. It's like the Todd Hundley experience.
Right.
You took a guy who's never fucking played the outfield. He's a catcher. Hey, you know what? Grab a glove and go play left field. That game was awful, and I was there, and it was like watching him get the ball get lost, and it's right underneath. He's right underneath it, and he takes 2 steps forward, and then he puts his glove out, and it just falls down, and it was awful.
embarrassing,
but,
dude.
Like that guy, like Todd Hundley is.
But I feel like it's not anymore. But I feel like it was like always on the writing was always on the wall with us.
But
because we never had guys that can just close the play. Just make the play, in a big spot.
Yeah, I always looked at the draft. I would always take the Mets draft, the players that they had, right, and just say who they took in the first round, who they took in the second round, and the top players that were taken before those guys.
Right.
And I would say, we were told that what's his name, the GM that challenged the reporter, talent evaluator. I can't think of the names right now.
That challenged the reporter?
Yeah. He said, I can't. He took over as the GM for Montreal. He's our guy. I can't think of his friggin' name right now. He was the GM.
Oh, you're talking about he works for SNY now?
He might work.
There's two of them, brothers or cousins.
No. So this guy was our talent evaluator, became the GM, right?
Yeah, I know his name.
In the press conference, he called a reporter out for trying to question about the job. Omar Minaya. Jeez.
Oh,
that's
really?
what I was. I couldn't get his name. Minaya was considered a great talent evaluator. I mean, Sosa, long list, pitchers, DeGrom.
We get stuck on a lot of names.
I don't know why.
And you don't even smoke.
Yeah. It's
so weird.
Because it's just so many names.
It's the pressure.
Anyway.
It's the pressure of being on the air.
Nah,
I'm telling you.
It's not pressure. I don't feel pressure.
It's pressure.
Anyway, so
precious.
But if you look at the guys, like the pitchers, they found them right. The hitters, they didn't. Right. They didn't. They awful selection. And I had the list, and it's like you just kind of throw it away because it just depresses you to see that all these talented ball players that went to other teams, and where's our stud? Where are our studs? David Wright fell in our lap, and he wanted to be here.
He was a fucking.
He was
stud.
a compensation pick, but
God,
he wanted
if that
to be.
That guy didn't get hurt, man. He was moonwalking to the Hall of Fame, dude.
Right, he was on his way, and so
he was well on his way.
Reyes pops up and he gets there, and he couldn't stay healthy, and it's like.
See, I think Reyes was always considered a borderline Hall of Famer. Maybe.
I'm not saying Hall of Famer.
Right?
I'm
No,
just saying stud,
but that's the way you kind of
our
judge
own
him.
Stud.
No, you're right.
Our own stud.
I think Reyes Reyes was never that. He didn't have Hall of Fame talent, but he was good enough to be a really good leadoff guy.
Right.
Like really, really good and game changer.
All you wanted
the
is a
problem
guy
with
to
him
hit.
was the problem with him is he made. Like he was erratic, you know what I mean? Defensively, he had a tremendous arm.
But
he
that
was
snap.
He was a little erratic. He made some errors, and I don't like.
It's
I don't
also
know. It's hard to talk bad about Reyes because I really
but it's
like
still
Reyes.
like the Ray Ordonez syndrome, right? You got to too many balls to make those plays.
To
but
make
he
the
could.
play. You're right. His range was wider than his ability to get the play done.
Then when you get in
which makes you look bad.
And then it overshadows the fact that a guy like Ordonez couldn't hit.
Right.
So when the guy's swinging at the first pitch and he pops it up, and he's a 200 hitter, it's disgusting.
Well, part of the debate on a lot of these sites too was people comparing Lindor signing or giving Lindor the money to Reyes, and look how
why didn't you give Reyes that kind of...
No, but they said look how Reyes worked out. He wanted the big contract, and he didn't even play past 35, and blah 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 blah. And my response was, I never want to compare apples to tomatoes. It makes no fucking sense. Lindor and Reyes are not even remotely close as far as talent.
Right, but I think when it comes to
and that's not a knock on Reyes. That's just I don't think people know how good Lindor is.
Right, but I think it becomes to the position.
Roberto Giambi writes, I got baseball blue balls. Piece of shit, COVID. National players.
That's funny. You know what? Baseball blue balls is the best way to describe what happened. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we should be watching the Mets right now.
The Mets should be on in the background.
But this wretched virus has us in a...
Here comes the virus again.
In a bad spot, and we're not watching it tonight. So we're a little upset about that.
That's all right, but baseball is
But baseball's back.
But Met baseball, more important, is...
So, Roberto, stick in there with us, bro. We're good.
Yeah, we'll be all
Tailgate's
right.
next week. So the other thing is, speaking of tailgate, is we found out from my NYPD sources. I have sources. They are breaking down tailgate parties. They don't want people tailgating.
So we can't get
Meanwhile, New York State is allowing non-residential outdoor parties to up to 200 people. But apparently we can't have our tailgate, which is, I was expecting 40 to 50 people. So, it sucks that we wanted to do it on location like we did right in the shadows of the stadium and the whole thing.
I think that would have been an amazing experience.
To me, it's just
looking up there, watching that.
I
use
sucks,
amazing
man.
a lot.
It's just not worth the risk. Our party's very elaborate. We have a lot of setup, and It takes a half hour to an hour. It takes about an hour to set up and about a half hour to break down. So it's not worth it to get all that involved and then have to move anyway. And
Nope. So we have an alternate location.
we're going to do it at Rebar, man. It just makes more sense to do it that way. We're still doing a live podcast from Rebar.
Live from Rebar.
And we still roasting a pig live from Rebar. We still
Celebrity
have,
roast of
we
the
still
pig.
have Heck Beezy cooking on the grill live from Rebar.
Best cook
And
ever.
we'll still have a ton of booze and a ton of beer, and
Because
everybody's
it's a
gonna
bar,
be happy.
and it will have a ton of booze.
And if you haven't been to Rebar, come by. It's a great little location. It's 1507 150th Street in Whitestone, Queens. It's a tremendous little dive bar that we have a lot of fun in. So we're gonna have a good party, regardless. I can tell you that. It's gonna be
broadcasting from Rebar.
and
Broadcasting
We're gonna be-
live
we're gonna
from Rebar.
we're gonna be broadcasting live while somebody chases the pig from Rebar.
Yeah, and the winner is Johnny Salgado.
So the funny thing is I'm watching now that I'm like, I was excited about baseball, and I woke up this morning. I took care of some things, emails and stuff, and then my aunt calls me, Aunt Pat. So Aunt Pat calls me. She's like, "Hey, so you going to the game?" Like Aunt Pat, Aunt Pat didn't understand that the game was away. She thought it was home. So she's like, "Are you going to the game tonight or today?" And I was like, "No." I said, "Actually, they're opening in Washington." I said, "The tailgate party is next week." So Aunt Pat is the one who broke the news to me. She's like, "The game's canceled tonight," and I'm like, "Canceled?" She goes, "Yeah, weather." So she gave me the right information with the wrong reasoning. But then I looked at it, it's like 35 degrees and rainy down there. So if COVID didn't ruin the game, the weather would. It's almost like grateful that Jake didn't have to pitch in those conditions, because
Well,
those are the worst.
Look at Detroit. They were playing in the snow.
In the snow.
Yeah.
Insane. So I that's how I found out. So I was like, oh man,
So
I was bummed out,
Oh.
and it's like, it's early in the day, and I was already like super stoked about opening day, and it's so I'm like, all right, the Yankees
Yeah, I was
are on.
I was looking forward to the game.
Yeah.
Like to watching the highlights of the games leading up to it, and even the games
then the
after.
game, right.
Right, but
It's just opening day, man. You know how this is the biggest day of the year for us in a lot of circumstances.
I
So,
remember. Shoot, it was
unless they
in
go to
Toronto.
the World Series.
It was an opening day in Toronto, the old stadium, before they played in the Superdome. And I remember that was the first time I saw a professional baseball game in the snow, because it was snowing, and like George Bell got like a game-winning hit or something like that. And then the next one was like Colorado, and then it started to snow everywhere.
Yeah, I love it. I love snow games.
Because
But-
they're not prepared for that. Baseball and
I
snow
was-
don't go together.
I was super stoked about baseball. So I'm like, and I'm a baseball fan anyway. I always watch the Yankees when I can. So I'm like, whatever, Yankees are on, And the thing was that I was moving around. I was on the phone. I told you earlier, I had to like I'm dealing with a bunch of things with real estate and stuff, and it was a busy day with work this morning. So I'm like, I can't really commit to the television. So I put the radio on. I put on Alexa. I put on the Yankee broadcast,
the Yankee broadcast.
which is the radio broadcast. So it's not Big Head Michael K. It's John and Susan.
Yeah, I'm not.
Dude, you know what? All right,
Sterling
so
is awful, man.
all right, so they're both awful. So forever, for a lot of years,
But
and
Susan Waldman's
the
a
Yankees
hack.
are
She's
the
a Yankee
she's
hack.
a hack.
She's a hack.
The Yankees are the best.
At hyping their
No, probably the most notarized, best run, blah 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 organizations. You could put them up against like Manchester United. I don't know shit about soccer, but like some of the biggest in the world. But as far as
You
baseball,
can put it up against something I have
as
no
far as
fucking
baseball,
idea about.
Yeah, like I have nothing to do. As far as baseball, it's the Yankees and then everything else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
I
we were
think
talking
it's
about Mike Trout and everything
I
else.
think it's like the Yankees, then the Cardinals.
The Cardinals,
and
the Cardinals are second, and the Dodgers are third.
Yeah.
But the Cardinals are not close second. It's the
No,
Yankees.
no,
and
no.
then
The
it's
Cardinals. Listen,
Not compared to the Yankees.
not
27.
compared to.
Dude, it's just the
they got
Yankees.
12. 27 and 12.
That's half.
I know. I'm just
Mike,
saying that's the.
No, I
that's
get
as
it.
close.
You're
that's
right.
as I
And
call
all
it.
I'm saying is that's as
close
close
as
as
it
it gets.
gets.
Right. That's as close as it gets. So the Yankees are the fucking the pinnacle, right?
Yeah.
And we all know that. But they have the
Being- well,
absolute
having this-
worst radio broadcast in the
Worst.
history of baseball.
But even K, I thought was a.
Oh my
is a
God,
hack.
John!
Well, John Sterling, everything that's hit to the warning track, he goes, it's deep,
hey,
it's
Susan,
long, it's good.
I just
Oh,
wanna-
no, that's
Susan. I just want to tell you. So there's this ball. You see that ball, Susan? That was hit down
That's
the third base line. So
They
if
made that ball
If
in
the third base,
Costa
if the
Rica.
third base line was 3 more feet to the left, that ball would have been fair, Susan.
John, I know that, John. You act like I never watched baseball before in my life. I came from Boston, and we did a lot of baseball watching in Boston. And, then I came down and I saw Derek Jeter, and I was like, oh, my God. This guy is probably the best-looking baseball player I've ever seen, aside from Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle used to get me moist. But John,
Susan.
This has nothing to do with the game.
This is baseball, Susan. You're not talking about baseball, Susan.
Well, did you ever hear that?
And the 3-2, and it is high, it is far,
It's
it
gone.
is.
It's not gone.
It's caught in front of the warning track.
yeah, it's caught right behind the catcher.
So now, like at first, I'm like,
They're awful.
how does
They're
anybody?
awful.
How
It
does
doesn't even matter. They're just awful.
It's comical at this point, though.
Yeah.
I listen to laugh.
Would you ever use the game that she
Dude, he
called when
literally-
Derek Jeter came out? Like, he's coming up to with a bat. It's Derek Jeter. He's coming up to hit. It was like, well, he was designated to hit.
Michael,
So.
Michael, let me tell you something, Michael. If Derek Jeter, if he took a baseball bat and he wanted to use it on me, I would let him because he was beautiful. He had green eyes and he made all the plays. And
Susan, you're talking about sex again, Susan, and this is baseball. That's baseball, Susan.
Oh my!
John, please
God.
just bear with me. You are my friend. For 25 years we've been doing this.
All right, let's end the Waldman experiment.
Yeah. Well, no, listen. Waldman is she deserves to be made fun of. She's a fucking.
yes, but you've done it.
No.
You've.
Oh, I'm gonna be jumping in all night tonight.
Yeah. Well.
But listen, not for
just-
nothing.
they're
I
just
literally
awful.
no, but
They're
I
just
I
awful.
literally listened today, and she.
How many times do you listen to a game and you
Some of
just
the
turn
things
the
she
sound
says
off?
is just some of the things she said. First of all, she loves saying kids. It's kids. It's kids. Like she has to be the old lady in the room.
With all the kids, John, there's so many kids on this team. They're amazing. We have this kid. His name is, I forget his name. He's a kid, though.
Well, that's
then
a
we
Boston
have that
thing,
kid.
but it's a Boston thing. First of all, in Boston, everybody's a good kid, even
Just
if they're
shut up,
adults.
Susan. Like you're first
yeah,
of all.
but everybody, it's a Boston thing.
God, listen. If you're a Yankee
Oh my
fan,
God, good kid,
If you're,
good kid,
if
good
you're
kid.
listening right now and you're a Yankee fan, please call in.
Or just be angry. Yeah, be angry and call in.
Please tell me if you like them because they are freaking ass.
I just
backwards.
don't. I just feel like Yankee
It's
fans
ba- it's-
listen but are afraid to call in.
They are, and like I said, at this point, it's comical. Like
yeah, I just think that
the
they
Mets
don't have
might,
that.
the Mets probably have like they made everybody said the joke of baseball for a while. They have the best. We are so spoiled with our radio broadcast, with our TV broadcast, and our radio
I
broadcast.
mean, I like Darling. Darling is
We have-
amazing. Not only is he an
Howie
intelligent
Rose.
guy.
Howie Rose is a legend.
I like
and
him
he's
on the radio.
And
I just-
Randazzo, phenomenal.
Yeah, like
But Gary
they're-
Cohen's one of the best in TV.
his voice is amazing.
It's out of here.
His voice
It's
is
outta
amazing.
here. It's out of here.
You ever see like
Guy's awesome, dude.
You ever
You
see
kidding
his,
me?
you ever see his picture with his long hair?
Oh, but yeah.
Yeah, when
look-
he's like
you
his
know-
hair's like down to his mane. He's got a
Dude.
tiger's mane all the
You know
way
what?
up.
He looks like the dude from Schitt's Creek.
Yeah. But his voice, right? Like
It's out of here. Oh, he's awesome.
Oh.
He's such a Met homer, but he doesn't call it like a homer.
But he's a Met
So when
guy.
they do
Like,
well,
he's such a good.
I shouldn't say
big
homer.
Met-
Homer's the wrong word because homers are the guys who call the game towards it. Like he's a Met guy that calls the game as even as possible. But when the Mets do well, he goes bananas. Like,
yeah, because I think he's a Met fan at
he's,
heart.
He's
like,
he's
pure.
the perfect guy. He's
Now-
literally. But I
now
heard
I
he was
know-
so I have sources.
I know
Did
that
I tell you that?
You have sources.
I have sources.
Inside sources.
I have inside sources. And I'm not
That's
gonna.
safe.
I'm not gonna. I'm
Name
not, I would
names.
never do that.
But
I,
what's going on?
I have some inside
Do you have
sources.
some secrets?
Gary Cohen,
Yeah.
huge dick. No, he doesn't have a huge dick.
No, he is.
He is a huge dick.
Yeah, clear that one
yeah,
up.
yeah, sorry.
please.
I had to clear that one up. It's not like anybody saw him taking a leak. He actually might have a huge dick.
But that's not the point.
That wasn't the point.
That it should
he
never
is,
even been
he
brought
is
up.
a huge dick. Apparently, he doesn't
He
treat
is.
he doesn't treat the staff well. He doesn't like talk to people. Listen, we talked about this. I think with Jared. Maybe not on because we've had this is our 8th podcast.
Yeah.
So we haven't.
Episode 8.
Episode 8. I'm forgetting what we talk about sometimes, but I know me and you
All the time.
off the air we talk that Jeter wasn't a good guy. Like just wasn't a good guy. He wasn't a good tipper I know people that work for the Yankees. Just wasn't a good guy.
It was awful.
But it wasn't that he was a bad guy.
And he
just
was
wasn't,
also a bad date.
He was
Like,
like
he gave him
Mariano
the
Rivera.
care
apparently.
package, the
Mariano
care
Rivera
package.
used to buy everybody
You know
Christmas
the
presents
Derek
and
Jeter,
lunch.
yeah, the Derek Jeter care package after you had sex
Oh
with
yeah,
him.
well that wouldn't because he was a
Blistex,
womanizer.
Blistex.
Good for him. First of all, I didn't like Jeter until I found out he used to leave girls care packages.
Yeah, he had a care
That's
package
awesome.
waiting for them.
Like
Because I know
disinfectant.
well, he gave him Blistex because he had herpes.
Fucking Blistex.
He had Blistex.
That can't be true.
That's I believe that the source says it's true.
Blistex. Not my source. First of all, it's not my source because I don't have a source on whether Derek Jeter has herpes.
No, but apparently it
That
was like
wouldn't that be the greatest story ever? Because I have like Simplex like 10 when I get
But
the shit on my
he-
lip. So I'm just a regular douche that gets a
You
fucking
need like
herpes.
a fire extinguisher.
I
to
would
shave.
love for Derek Jeter to have herpes. I don't know why I would love it. He's got like billions of dollars, so he doesn't need to care.
Well, yeah,
And
he should care. I mean, look,
Why
he's
you care? He's got a wife. Who cares?
he,
Give it
he has a
give it
wife.
back
who
and
cares?
forth to
Yeah,
each
that's
other.
just like yeah. Here,
Just the
Yeah.
fact that I could say Derek Jeter has
But-
herpes. It's like because when you were a
He
kid,
does.
when you were a kid, you're like you're a dick. You know what? You have herpes.
you know what? You throw like a girl and you have herpes.
But yeah, so Derek Jeter does. We're not starting a rumor, but he might have herpes.
I'm pretty sure that it was Mariah Carey that said it and gave it to Eminem.
So Derek Jeter gave Eminem herpes. That is fucking hilarious, dude.
Well, so part of his care packaging.
Can
Eminem,
Eminem, yo, Em, if you're listening,
Yeah.
I know you're listening.
because this might be the show that he's listening to.
Yo, Marshall.
I need a show with two white
Can you
guys to
write?
listen
Can
to.
you write a song about Derek Jeter giving you fucking herpes, bro? Please. God, I'm telling you, that shit will go quadruple platinum in a week. Are you kidding? And then we'll interview on this podcast because it was my idea.
Yeah.
Let's go, Em. Let's go, Em.
Yeah, M and
It's
Sis,
not like your last couple albums were good anyway.
the last two.
Whoa, sorry.
Well, we won't even get into that.
I'm not an authority.
Let's-
Oh wait, I'm a white guy talking about another white guy.
White
So
guy,
yeah, so I
It's
have an
it's
authority.
okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I
It's
can
okay.
do that. I'm good.
That's the one thing you're allowed to
I'm
do.
good. I can talk about other
white
white
guy
people.
can talk about other white guys.
And Marshall, you could talk back about me too. Nobody will get mad at you.
No,
No, they don't get mad at him anyway.
no.
That guy could
He
fucking.
gets.
He
yeah,
gets
he
away
gets,
with murder.
He
that
gets
guy.
away with literally. He's like,
Literally.
yeah.
Did
So
he kill somebody?
I don't.
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think so. I
don't
don't think
think
so.
he
I think he just got away.
He just killed a lot of earbuds with those last two albums.
Yeah.
All right, enough of that. So we have that was a really fucked up, funny kind of transition.
Yeah, that's what this show is. Fucked up and funny. Fucked up and funny.
But yeah, so we are going to be live next week from the bar.
Yes, this is
and it's
early. We're gonna
it's
start
gonna be
around.
early, so the
It's
show
gonna be
began.
the morning. We're gonna do it before. So the game's at 1.
Yep.
We're gonna try to do it. We're trying to get it with like between 10 and 12.
Yep.
Get those 2 hours in there. Maybe if it's a little less, if it's
Early,
an hour and a half.
early
or like-
commute if you guys are
yeah.
home, if you're driving and
Yeah.
put the car on, put it on YouTube on the
Yeah.
radio. Mixed Vibes Radio
When you get in
on
your
any platform.
when you get your Uber or Lyft on the way to the bar, listen to us on the way. You
Yep.
know, so
and then we'll be live when you get to the bar. And if you
Yeah.
guys want to be interviewed, listen, it's
And
going to be a lot of fun. So
we have a social interaction with everybody who's there. We're gonna try to get you a little introduction to
And we have some giveaways.
that. We do.
We do. We actually have some stuff to give
We do.
away.
We have stuff.
So if you like free stuff,
We don't have stuff.
how about you call us right now if you like something for free? The
Would you-
first person to call this radio
all of a
station,
sudden, there's
Yeah,
like
the
we
phone
have
line's gonna
all
light up.
6 lines.
all you cheap bastards out there. The
Free?
first person to call tonight is gonna get a giveaway. We're not gonna tell you what it is. We'll surprise you when we send it. And if it's on fire in front of your doorbell and you have to step on it, don't get mad at us. But
Yeah.
it definitely won't be a pile of shit on fire.
No, that is not a gift that we give.
That's a gag.
That's a gag. It's different.
But anyway, so listen, on a serious note, I just wanted to bring something up serious, if I could, because I've been meaning to talk
Is
about
this
it
the
for a while.
moment right now?
Yeah.
It's a
I've
serious-
been meaning to talk about it for a while.
Okay, go ahead. It's all yours.
So I went to the doctor for my butt. Remember when we talked about it?
We talked about your butt.
Well, you talked about yours.
Yeah,
And I said I had a hemorrhoid.
Well, you talked about mine, and then you were talking about your hemorrhoid.
So I had a really, dude, my hemorrhoid was like a golf ball. Wow.
That's not a hemorrhoid.
Nice,
That's not a hemorrhoid.
nice face. Yo, literally, I don't want to get too graphic.
Yeah, but when you use your hand to go like this to describe,
So I used to, like when I'm cleaning myself, it would like rock back and forth like a church bell.
You can ring my bell.
So I went to get it checked out. It was a weird a weird visit for sure. My position was weird. That's to begin with, but then the doctor was like, he did some weird things, like touched it. It was crazy.
It's just like it was a weird situation. It was a weird moment. Doctor did some weird things to me. It felt weird.
And he was like, he goes, so Easter's right around the corner. This ain't a dingleberry. It's like a dingle bunny.
It's like a dingle bomb.
No, but it was a dingle bomb. It was a so yeah. So anyway, he was like, let me look at this thing closer, and
He's like this.
he said that he thought it was like something living inside of it,
Oh,
like an insect. It was really weird. So I'm like scared. I'm like freaked out about it, right? I'm like, what do you mean an insect living in my asshole? Like really? Right?
Okay.
I was freaking out.
right.
But he said that he saw movement in the ball in my butt, and literally the ball was sticking out of my ass.
Damn.
Right,
That's
like-
big. That's
see-
that's
you see-
inflamed.
I
That's,
walk like Little Nas. You
Yeah,
see
but
me?
they're like-
Ain't no banana. No, but anyway, he told me he was going to give me the
What a
results.
song,
He
huh?
told me he was going to give me the results today.
Okay. So he gave you the results.
I got the results today.
All right. What does it say?
What's today's date?
1,
What date?
4-1.
April 1st.
Yeah.
April Fool's, nigga. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. That was the old school Sean.
Yeah.
April Fool's. Sorry.
So
I
when
thought
a-
it was a funny story.
when a white
and
guy-
I had to do something to get you engaged, and you were told, dude, you were grabbing your microphone like, what's living in your asshole?
Yeah, because he's got a. You're the type of guy that would have like a spider living
Nah,
in the
dude, I put
ball.
a little cream on it, went away, dude. It's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Imagine if I had a golf ball sticking out of my butt.
He said a golf ball. I'm like,
Golf ball.
Dude, yo, Mike almost flipped his chair over. He went backwards and almost tipped the chair over. So yeah, sorry, that was my April Fool's joke. Was it funny? You were
Yes.
engaged.
Well,
I had you guys laughing. for
yeah,
a bit.
it was funny. Mike was laughing so
I was
hard
trying
that
to
he
think-
left the
I was-
show.
So I saw an April
He
Fool's
was
joke.
in another room and he
I
came
saw
back in.
I saw an April Fool's joke, and this guy told his kids they had to go back to school early because of COVID.
Oh, yeah,
You
like,
saw that
yeah,
one?
yeah, yeah.
And they were dressed up, waiting for the bus, and he's like, "Hey, you supposed to go to school today? What's today's date?" And so I thought that was cute and innocent, and I'm like, I got to get Mike with something, but his butt talk with it inspired me to come up with something. So I said, you know what? How about a nest egg living in my asshole? Like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, we got to
All
call
right,
her.
listen, somebody out there is starving for a giveaway.
You got that freebies? What's up? What's up? Who's this?
Who's calling up for that free stuff?
How you doing? My name is Steven.
Oh my God, Steven. What can we do?
Hola,
here?
Steven.
I thought I love you guys' show. You guys are funny as fuck.
You don't curse on this show.
Except when we talk.
Yeah, except
Well, thank you very much, Steven.
I wanted to discuss my ass.
Okay, tell me about your ass, please.
I had the same problem with my ass, and the doctor, he wore gloves, and it felt good when he touched it.
Let me ask you a question. Did he chill his gloves in the freezer? Because my doctor did, and it felt so good.
frosty
No,
fingers.
he blew on it, so it felt warm.
Oh, you like
Frosty gloves with a warm blow.
it?
With a warm blood, and the shit felt great.
I'm really trying to figure out who the hell this is. This is good though. Keep this going.
Yeah.
It felt good. So I was just saying the guy who had the spider in his ass. Don't feel bad because it happened to me twice. I was sleeping at this girl's house.
And and you ended up with a
Twice.
spider in your ass twice.
Yeah,
Dirty girl, huh? She's a dirty girl.
Spider butt can do whatever a slut can slut.
no,
No,
the bitch did witchcraft.
Oh.
the bitch did
I
witchcraft.
found out she does witchcraft, and she put a spider in my ass, and she wanted to have a family because she said I was full of shit.
Well, you were full of something, and right at this moment is clearly where it becomes a shit show.
Right now, you're full of
So,
spiders.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Spider-Man.
Like I said, yeah,
Thank-
I just want, yeah, that's what they call me in the neighborhood, Spider-Man. But
Spider butt or Spider Man?
I love you guys' show, and I'm going to be at the bar. I'm coming to you guys' bar.
Thank you so much for all the love and support. We love you, Steven. Make sure you call again, and do me a favor. Take a picture of the spiders in your butt.
Yeah.
I got it. I'm going to send it now.
Send it.
Number. I'll send it now.
Post it on the Mike and Sean page on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, because we have all three.
Enjoy.
All right. I'm going to finish listening to you guys. You have a good show.
You're the man. Thank you very much, Steven. Wow.
That was just
That was our friends.
That was
That's
our
one
friends.
Of that was one of our friends.
because we're in this
showing
show,
us
it's,
love.
yeah.
They're showing us love. Somebody was showing us a lot of love.
Somebody's like, I'm gonna.
Wait,
do, I'm gonna do.
I'm
That
not-
was the first call. You didn't even tell him what he won.
Yeah,
Listen,
it doesn't matter. He didn't want anything free. That's the
Steve-
one thing about that
we,
friend.
We have to know who the person really is. That guy
Yeah,
definitely didn't
that-
exist.
Listen, first off, that friend didn't want anything free
No,
because he didn't ask for
He
it.
would have asked for it.
Yeah.
Trust me, we have a lot of cheap friends that'll be
Yeah,
calling for free
we have
stuff.
a lot of people that'll show up with their hands out.
No, but whoever that was, thank you very much. That was a good call. That was funny. Ish.
So far, we've had Giambi call
Funny-ish.
like every week. So that
Roberto's, I mean, come on. Guy sits in the studio all day.
yeah,
he
he's
doesn't do
like
anything.
he's spinning around in his chair.
Yeah, he's producing beats right now. He's like, he's sitting there going, hey, you know what? Let me call.
because now he's
He came by the bar. He's like, he's obviously Cheech Marin.
he's
Roberto. No, him
we're
and
gonna
his
smoke.
him and his brother Izzy came by the bar the other day and paid for their tailgate. All right, we got another call. Let's see if this person is starving for free shit.
Yo, the first caller deserves his prize, man. You gotta
Yeah.
give him a prize.
Ask
All right,
Giambi.
so we're gonna give it.
Up his ass.
All right,
Yeah.
so Roberto, we're gonna give him your prize.
Up his ass.
Instead of giving you a prize, we're gonna give the first caller, Steven Spider Ass, a prize.
Spider
Yeah,
ass
give him
gets
some
it.
spiders up his ass.
He's got spiders up his ass. We're gonna give him something that can.
So I was just talking about you and your brother came by the other night. You excited about opening day or what, bro?
What happened? Say it again.
I said I was just talking about you and your brother came by the other night to pay for your opening day.
Oh yeah, of course.
And I said, I said, I'm trying to get everybody excited about opening day. Are you excited? You ready to go next week or
yeah,
what?
B. Like I said, I'm gonna be there early to help you and Studio Mike set up and shit.
My man, we're gonna be there early, about 9 o'clock, getting everything ready. So
I bet.
I appreciate that very much. And
No doubt.
the party's gonna be crazy. I talked to Paul Garibaldi
Yeah.
earlier today.
All right, cool.
He's still roasting the pig, so that's still happening. And we still have all of the shish kebabs and all that other good stuff.
Bob, so we got the good stuff over
Parma
here.
Parma meats, bro. My man Pep Giacoli with Parma meats, which
All
is
right.
if you guys love
We just need the patio in the back to
and the patio in the front because we're doing the podcast in the front.
Hook up Heck with some aromatherapy over there.
Oh yeah, well it's legal now, so
Yeah, it's all
we,
good.
we don't have to worry about it anymore.
It's infused in the pig.
Yo, I heard about that on the news. We legalized now.
It's
Talk
legalized,
about
bro.
that. Punk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Later, guys.
Take care, brother.
Later.
Thank you very much for the call, Robbie. You ain't getting shit either.
You didn't ask. You gave it up to Spider Butt, so
He gave it a spider button.
Yeah.
We don't know who that is.
so we don't even know. So
2 calls, no giveaways.
no giveaways,
Winning.
no gifts.
We're winning. I mean, listen, when shit starts giving people give us free stuff, then we'll really give it away, right? We paid for this,
But
so
we
we're
won't
going to
give-
be selective.
Yeah, very.
You gotta fill out an application, and we do a background check for you to get a beer koozie.
You gotta jog 1 block without dying.
That you know what? Nobody's getting one.
You're gonna get winded.
So
So wait, back to just to getting back into that baseball a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, so we always have these debates like these players, like these
Back
border-
to get into the baseball, John.
not the Waldman.
John,
no,
we're
no,
gonna
no,
get back
no,
into
no,
the baseball.
No, Waldman. No, man, no,
Susan.
no,
So
no.
when back when Mickey was, he used to go to the bars all the time, Susan. So
Just leave it.
back in the day, they didn't want to make him pay. It's like, okay, Mickey's here, so we used to all gather around Mickey to get a free meal because they were just giving everything away, Susan. So,
You know what, John? I used to give things away all the time, too. I used to give hand jobs. I used to give...
No.
No?
No. No.
But, Michael, I
No.
did. I want to tell the truth.
Wait.
If you ever saw
Michael,
Derek
is it
Jeter...
Michael or is it John?
No, Michael,
know,
I thought you
no.
were interviewing me and John.
No, we're past that.
Did you ever see Derek Jeter, Michael?
Could you pull the
He is
lever? Could you pull the lever and
he's
watch Susan Waldman
absolutely
disappear?
He's gorgeous, Michael.
He is gorgeous. Yes.
Michael, if you met Derek Jeter, you would give him a handy too.
No. I would put him in the overrated category.
Susan, Baseball players hold bats, not penises.
It's
You know-
wood. It's
you know
wood.
what,
It's
John?
still wood, right?
I was gonna say, Michael,
Yeah,
thank
good.
you for
It's
helping.
very clever.
John, wood is wood, John.
All right,
Wood
let it
is
go.
wood.
All right, send her home. Go home.
Susan?
Somebody send your grandma home. Go home.
Susan. So
Susan, go home.
And the 3-2. Susan, get the hell out of here.
Pull the curtain on that one.
Walk off.
Jack Mattis. Yankees lost in 10.
Walk off.
Walk off. Well, weren't the Yankees at home? So it couldn't be a walk-off.
Yankees were home.
Yeah, so it wasn't a walk-off.
It's a walk off.
Well, they walked off the field, yes.
When they won, they lost, and they walked off.
But it wasn't a walk-off.
When the Yankees lost, they walked off, and
Yeah,
when
they
Toronto
did.
won, they
They-
walked off.
Yeah, Toronto cheered and then slowly
It was
walked.
a walk-off.
It was a walk-off. Yeah, that's not the definition of it, but that's good. That's great.
Yeah, we're just going to go with it.
You will.
Michael. Duh.
John Sterling. I like John Sterling. It's hard to not like him, but he's
No, it's not. It's
he's
not
awful.
hard.
He's awful,
He's
too.
awful. I don't
He's
like
awful
him.
too.
I like
if
those guys were.
If that
this one
ball was like 7 inches closer, it would have been fair, and they would have scored 6 runs, and the Yankees would have won.
Okay.
But the problem
Okay,
is,
let it go.
it's
Let it go.
not. And
So
it's-
if I was talking to John Sterling, I'd be like, just let it go. Could you just wait? Could you take a moment?
How about John Sterling?
Could you stop? Could you just take a moment? just inch away from the
All right, I'm
mic,
gonna
John. Inch away from the mic. Slowly go away. Hey, John, fall out of your chair, okay, and put someone else in your place. Just fall asleep. When you hear my voice, you will calmly disappear, and no one will ever care about you ever again. Goodbye, John Sterling, in the Mike and George studio.
bye.
Okay, can I goodbye? Goodbye. Take care.
I would really like to interview Pistachio Jones if possible.
you're
hey,
not
Mike,
even-
Hey, Mike, maybe you can make a phone call because
You're not even going to get Tom Jones.
Pistachio Jones and John Sterling, I think, would be some intriguing radio. Because we didn't have heshes when I was growing up in the 50s.
It's a
You know,
heshe.
I grew up in
It's a
I
heshe.
grew up in Brooklyn when men were men and women were women.
And you
And
didn't know either one
Pistachio
you were.
was a flavor of ice cream,
Something to put
not
in your
a,
mouth.
not a heshe.
You guys ever play paddleball?
Yeah.
No.
What the? Oh my God, dude! Don't ever show me anything like that again.
Well, you got all balls in the mouth kind of conversation, so that's what happened. That's what happens. And
pretty
unfortunately, where this show went for a second,
That's funny.
nobody
Listen,
really
this show,
knows.
This show is always going to go off on
What,
crazy
the shit
tangents.
show? The shit going into the shitter?
The Mike and Sean shit show. You know, we really should rename the show.
Yeah, it
So
should
what are
be
we giving
called-
out for
It's pretty
free?
fucking funny.
Pure
we'll
little Nas X sneakers?
Yeah, let's give out sneakers with blood in them.
Yeah, like Hex said, whoever buys those, we hope you get AIDS from the blood that's
Yeah,
inside.
I
them.
mean, it's just
For real though, if you're stupid enough to pay
Stupid.
$1,000 for fucking sneakers with blood in it, I hope you catch.
if
a
it's
disease
real
from
blood.
'em.
First off, I don't believe that it's real blood.
COVID off
Second
the
of all,
shit.
yeah,
pro-
like,
it's like-
hey,
it's-
walk around with your COVID
Yeah,
shoes.
Get out of here with that
You-
bullshit.
you- disgusting.
Stupid people everywhere.
But it, they just.
So
they
listen,
were gonna
I have an idea.
They were going to cater to dumb
wanna
people
do-
that were like, "Yo, that's going to be something great. That's fantastic.
I
I'm going to
got
spend
a
some
great
money." on
idea.
it."
Better idea than that.
Then blood in the shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
make a sneaker
Yo, can you get closer to the microphone?
with our sperm in it. We're gonna call them Swimmies One.
Swimmies.
Okay, we have another caller on the
Yo,
line.
deep divers. Yo, deep divers.
Deep Divers One, exclusive edition.
Hey,
Yo, who's this?
this is Ray Lars from the Talk Up Morning Show. What's goody, fellas?
Yo,
how's it going? Hey.
what up? We got some Mixed Vibes Radio family in the house.
That's
here.
what's going on.
What's good, brother?
Nothing at all, man. I'm checking out your show. You know I'm big in your shit, man.
Oh,
Thank you
That's-
very much,
thank
man.
you. I appreciate
we
that.
appreciate the support.
big time, yeah.
And I can't lie. I gave you guys a listen myself, and we got a lot of good stuff, a lot of good content that's coming out of this radio station.
And I like free shit. Where my shit at?
Oh, we
So
got some.
finally somebody who asked for
There
it.
you go. Listen, we're gonna have a little care package waiting for you when you come in and do your show, baby.
Yeah,
All right, copy that.
We got a lot of love to share with the studio.
100%.
No doubt. But listen, man, Stop shitting on Jeter, man.
Can't help it. I'm from New York. You New York, like a New York. You got to shit on him.
No, listen. Can I? I'm going to tell you a quick. I'm going to tell you a quick story. So I did work at the '99 World Series. This is a true story. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I was working with Fox Sports at the time, and Derek Jeter, when they won the World Series, he had 3 bottles of champagne in his hands. You know the story, Mike. And he handed me a bottle because he couldn't hold them. And I literally took the bottle from him, and I'm like,
kept walking.
and me and my boys drank it that night. And a couple of my guys who listen, Sean Bowles is listening, Chris Cross, all those guys can verify. We drank the bottle. And now in retrospect, I'm like, how the hell did I not save that? But it was like a bullshit bottle.
I was there.
Dude, how did I not save that bottle? Derek Jeter's giving me a bottle of champagne and not asking for sex. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't get the herpes. I mean, that's it. Like that's
he wasn't
that's
even trying to fuck me, bro.
He doesn't even give you a goodbye package.
Listen, I would have taken the goodbye package.
The hello and the goodbye package.
But listen, we're gonna do our best. We you know what? It's all love. We do
Thank
love
you very much for calling in and listening.
We do love our New York sports, but we always got to shit on the Yankees with diehard.
Yeah,
Met
it's just
fans.
it's just back and forth. You can't help it. It's big brother, little brother. It will always be that way.
No doubt, no doubt. It's always a 2-team town. You heard me?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
for
100%, brother.
Thank you.
Listen, man, thank you for the call and the interaction, man. We appreciate it a lot, bro, and we'll be seeing you soon for sure.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
Got another
no
caller.
doubt. I'm popping up at the bar, man, for sure.
Yeah, come
All
down
right,
for
cool,
sure, brother.
solid.
Come down.
Definitely.
All right, we got another caller, it looks like. So we got somebody else wanting free shit. Who we got down the line here?
Peace,
Peace out,
man.
baby.
Free shit, motherfuckers.
Call back.
Call back. We had somebody else.
Okay, I got that free.
We had somebody else I was
I
following
got that
up.
free stuff for them, man. Come.
They're calling. Let's see. Come on.
Yeah, no, they want. Listen,
Ready?
it's a bro. When I started bartending, right, and I was single, and
People love free shit.
and listen, I'm not an ugly dude. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, but I was successful with women for one reason.
Under the bar.
It's amazing what a chick will do for a free fucking shot.
For a free shot.
It's amazing what it'll do, bro. I'm telling you right now. I love you, baby.
Oh my God! What do you think of these?
I told her every time I tell
Free shot.
I tell stories about my past, I'm gonna shout her out and say I love you. My beautiful live-in girlfriend, Patricia Martucci, by Sophia, Princess Sophia.
She's poison.
Amazon.
You jump from
I'm
free
jumbling.
shots.
I'm
and
promoting
what
a book.
they'll do to promoting a
How
book.
do you make it good? Yeah.
How do you balance it out?
He's having bleach poured into his,
Yeah.
his juice at home
She's
right
got
now.
syringes. It's like, oh, I got
She's-
that COVID shot for
She's
you.
the most supportive person in my life. But yeah, no, the funny, I used to say it all the time, like, it's a SoCo and lime shot, bro. It's amazing what they're going to do for that nasty ass SoCo and lime shot. They don't care. So people will do anything for a beer koozie. If we wanted to people to combat to the death outside for a t-shirt,
Yeah, for your t-shirt,
I'm
they
pretty
will.
sure they will.
2 of them will show up and
Look
just
at what
whip-
happens when they shoot them into the fucking stadium at City Field. People attacking
They're
each other
savages.
for
Savages.
a $10 t-shirt.
Savages.
At least look, this is the quality we got, baby. People are going to be killing themselves for this.
Quality right here.
There we go. See,
Right
that's one of
here.
our giveaways. One of our giveaways is the beer. All right, we have our caller back. Who wants some free shit?
You do.
I don't want no free shit. Listen, I got a Derek Jeter story.
Yo,
But not a
let
Derek
me ask
Jeter
you a question.
story.
What do you have? A direct line to Mike?
Yeah,
Studio Mike.
He's on his cell phone.
Roberto he got a
I'm here
direct
at
line.
work. I'm bored in my office. You guys are the only fucking entertainment I got. Aside from the Knicks or the Mets game, you guys are in my office all the time.
My man.
So
All right.
listen, I was doing a project with Derek Jeter's sister, Charlie.
Okay.
And she was doing, she had like a male group or whatever she was trying to produce. She was trying to get into the business, into the music business.
Right.
I hope she's not listening, man.
I hope she is.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Oh, I hope she is. I'm praying she's listening.
Charlie, no.
Yeah, yeah,
She's
yes.
my aunt now. So she was, I think it was, I forgot what year it was. We were working on the project. We're in the studio. She says, can you put Derek on? He's playing in the playoffs. I said, no, we're in the playoffs. Also, I think this was not. This was before.
Oh, you mean the game? She wanted to
Yeah,
watch
so
Derek playing, and you
She
wanted to watch the
like,
Mets.
Can I watch while we working in my studio?
Can we watch my
She's
brother?
Like, can we watch Derek? I said no, we cannot. And you know me, I don't give a fuck.
Hell, I
changed
know.
the
Believe
channel.
me, I know you.
I put Fox. Back then, I think we was on Fox. So I put Channel 9. She said no, we're putting on my brother. I said, no, we're putting on the Mets. She took my hat. She took my hat and threw it in the garbage. Right?
What?
So I took, yeah. She took my Mets hat. She goes, Giambi, I love you, but this is going in the trash. We're watching my brother. I said, oh, really? Charlie? I said, all right, go ahead. So I picked the thing. So I let her rock. She was in my house. I let her rock. I let her watch the game. I took the hat. I was like, all right, Charlie, you got it. And I kept the hat, and I still have the hat to this day.
So, all right. So we have breaking news here. Breaking news. Charlie Jeter is a Met hater.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Is a
She's
Met,
a Met hater.
Met hater.
I know.
And Derek
I
Jeter
know,
buying
and I
the
love
Marlins proves that he loves his sister more than he loves New York.
Oh, you rat bastard. It comes into play now.
So see, there you go. See, there's always one connection to the other. Well, no, that was Law and Order, dude. I actually like that one. Though.
We
That's what
investigate.
So listen, I was just gonna write it down, but since you did that, I was asking you if you have a breaking news soundbite, bro. Come on, this is week 8, bro.
Well, the Law and Order thing is actually pretty good.
That was actually good, though.
Until
Can we
Law and Order
listen?
listens
No,
to us.
Mike, can we do that next time? Like I judge Michael. when I. Well, that's kind of like when we can't come up with a name that we're stuck on.
So,
Actually, if we
what's the name of that GM?
dude, if we get stuck on names, play that for sure, please. That would be freaking hilarious. All right, Roberto, listen, we love you for the second call.
Thank you very much.
Wait about 25 minutes before you call in again, all right?
Yeah, 27.
Later.
Maybe we'll give you 3 coasters.
Coasters. You got a coaster.
Coasters, not koozies.
Not
coasters.
a koozie, a coaster.
Yeah, we got coasters.
We have like a couple of Bud Light coasters.
We got hats, shirts, koozies, and coasters, and we're gonna go on levels. So if you're
I
a
got
great
the-
caller,
I
if you
got the perfect one from when you guys are cutting each other off talking.
okay, go ahead.
I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
It sounds like Mike actually.
I'm speaking.
When I cut Mike off, let's do that voice so it could be like he's a feminine little girl trying to cut me off.
Yeah, and then I could punch you in the dick. How's
I'm
that?
speak, and that's what a girl would do.
Yeah. Well, you call me a
I'm
feminine little
speaking.
girl dick.
Yeah, I like that. No, but like we need like a.
If there's
Not-
anything
not-
about Neanderthal in there, because that would be perfect every time that
Completely just
when
took
I
a
cut
turn.
him off, it could be caveman and Neanderthal. Yeah, you'll be Captain Caveman. Yeah.
No, I mean like breaking news. What the hell was that?
You just see both
Dude, what was that? Oh my God, I don't even know what that was.
on the replay. We got to see your face.
That scared the shit out of me, dude.
I don't know. It's like I'm deaf now. So
Yeah,
it's like,
I'm. Hold on, what? No, there's got to be a break. I sent you a ton. You didn't download those, right?
No.
All right.
oh, so for our last show,
Yeah.
right? There was a conversation that
Back
you
on track,
brought
back on
track. There was a conversation you brought in. It was you had mentioned porn, right? You were saying something about granny porn. So one of our friends, my friend, who listened to the show, who liked listening to the show up until that moment, said that as soon as he heard the words granny porn, he turned it off. He was complete. We're not going to give him his real name. We're going to call him Jerry. Okay?
Jerry.
So we're going to call him Jerry. So I was confused. I said, Jerry, so what bothered you about that? And he was like, granny porn. I was like, it felt uncomfortable. So it was
Like what?
Like it was like the feeling. So I was like, I have a question for you. So without going into what you really felt deep down inside about the words granny porn, I was like, what's more taboo for you? Masturbation or pornography? And he wasn't sure, and he said pornography is worse.
He sounds like a God-fearing
Right.
Christian.
Right? Like, but he's not. But he was more worried.
So he's just a weird.
He's just
dude.
nah, I don't know. I wouldn't say
Jerry, are you a weird guy,
we're
Jerry?
all. So the question is, what is more taboo, porn or masturbation?
Oh, listen, not even close. Neither.
But that's your opinion. I'm saying.
I think they're the same. I think masturbation is porn, essentially.
Well, but I think
Isn't
there's
it?
like I think if you go like depending on who it is.
Well, I mean,
porn
I
is,
guess if you jerk off in front of somebody else, then it's kind of like that.
because that's no shit
I mean,
creepy.
most of the time, people like jerking off by themselves, or
Right, but
you know,
but that's not the
little
question.
flick in the button.
But that's not the question. The
Right.
question is
what's more. Honestly, neither of them bother me one iota because I think it's the most natural thing that a human is going
Right,
to do.
but porn
Or
isn't natural. Porn isn't
breathing,
natural.
eating. Yeah, porn's pretty.
no, it's not. It's not natural. It's all made in categories to tease you. right? But masturbation is
Susan.
What do you, wait, hold on a second.
I know
How is
Susan-
it to tease me?
porn because
Yeah.
it's not real.
Porn leads to masturbation. So if I watch porn and I
Right, but
rub
it's
my,
not
and I
real.
keep in touch with myself and
but
rub one out,
porn isn't real.
but I'm not teased. I'm fulfilled.
porn isn't real. But porn isn't real.
I shut it off. It's free.
It's not real.
It wasn't
though.
real
That's
when we
the
had to have
point.
to sneak in. Like if we used to have to buy, buy porno magazines or like steal them from our uncle or whatever the hell, sticky pages, which was disgusting. Like kids don't even know how good they have it now. Like
Why, they're having
I
it
used to
free?
I used to have to jerk off to a Sears catalog.
Right. Well, okay.
That's the. I mean, come on. Seriously.
well, that's
I'm
just
like,
like
oh, shit.
somebody else like say like that's
The
joke.
swimsuits come. It's
Right,
April. They're
you know,
selling
like
swimsuits.
in the 50s and 60s when there were female models on it. It was like that was
Dude,
their
listen.
thing.
You know what it is? I think. All right. And this is where I get myself in trouble because I don't care talking about this stuff, and I never did.
Right,
So,
but some people do. I'm just saying. Like,
no,
the
some people
question.
do, and
Right.
I don't, and I think
I
that-
don't either.
and
I'm
I-
just saying. Like,
you
well,
don't either, right? but-
Somebody brought it up to me,
but
so
you
that's
don't.
why I wanted
I
to
think
dig
I
it
talk
out.
about it more openly than you do, in a sense. Like you know
Well,
what I mean?
well, you're a little more vulgar in the way you
I'm
describe
not vulgar.
it.
I'm just true.
No.
Yeah, maybe vulgar's right.
Vulgar.
No, instead of saying touch myself, I say jerk off.
Right.
Or instead of saying like, you know,
But, yeah, okay, but-
ejaculation, I say shoot a load.
Right, but is there anything that you could find to do differently, to say it differently?
No, not me.
But you could find
I
it.
could
You
if I
just won't
wanted
want
to,
right.
but I'm not on the podcast. If I worked on the terrestrial radio, if I was getting paid for this and somebody requested
Right,
it,
that's different. I mean,
Yeah.
like, you know, but you're
But
building something
the
to
fact
establish.
that I'm building something to establish it, but I'm being me.
So, but I'm asking you.
The way I talk is the way I talk.
So,
if
even
I was,
though you think they're equal, do you think that say like pornography, which is fake,
Mm-hmm. it is, it's
more
it's
is
acting.
more
They're
to-
artistes. You're an artist.
Yeah, I'm an artist.
So
I just don't do porn.
What?
I
Oh,
don't do porn.
But do you believe? Do you think porn actors are artists? See, that's where I need. Come on, Mike. Pay attention, studio Mike. This
Wow.
is where I need to.
So, all right, I've thought
It's too
about
late
it.
now. Joke's over.
It's too late. Okay, I'll say yes because they're trying to tease you into something.
See, I give you a lot of respect because I think some actors would be like, "No way, they're awful, disgusting."
No, I don't think so.
They're doing
I
the
think
same.
that
They're
if
doing the same thing
yes,
you're doing, except they're
the-
taking.
the sexual intimacy.
They're just getting sexually intercoursed.
Yeah, intercoursed.
Yeah, both of them are. Men are intercoursing women, and women are
Intercoursed.
being intercoursed.
Yeah, so more people are, like I said, if you're more religious, right? You're against both of them, but
Right.
pornography is acting and there's theater behind
Right.
it, even though there is you see the sex. Whereas masturbation is considered the worst thing you could possibly do. If you watch porn, you could not watch it again.
Masturbation is definitely the best thing you could possibly
Right,
do.
but it's natural though.
You don't catch diseases.
It's natural.
You don't catch emotions,
Still natural.
and you clean up after
You
yourself.
do catch
in
your
about 2
weight.
seconds.
Well, you do catch emotions.
I don't. If you catch emotions jerking off, Mike, you have fucking major
You
problems.
catch emotions. Like I love
get upset
me.
with your
I
hands?
so love me.
Like, God damn it!
It hasn't been this good.
The
in a
only
long
time the only time you want me is when I have a pen in my hand.
when you have an empty hand.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was the conversation. And it's like I thought it was funny, and
I think it's funny, Jerry. I think that you have to call because I want to hear Jerry's perspective of it.
Yeah,
like, all right,
it's-
granny porn. I get
was
I
an
think-
extreme example of it,
right,
but
I
that's
th-
what
I
he
think-
based it on.
Right. I think that I understand that part because it's just disgusting. Like, who the hell wants to see like
But it's
a
the-
lady with her belly button in between her nipple? You know, that's weird.
But
it's
he was saying is like just the
to me,
conversation
it's like
alone.
it's like a car crash. Now.
just
Like,
saying it, just saying out
I kind
loud.
of want to watch it. Like
You kind of want to watch
No,
it.
I won't watch it regularly, and I don't arouse myself.
if it
to
once in a while it
But
pops up,
if it's
it's
on,
like,
I'll watch
that's
it.
all right, it's-
Hell
it's all right.
yeah, shit!
Like but that's natural.
I call it show preparation.
All right, so when you watch a movie
now I
where
have a
the people
podcast,
get
so I
shot
have to
and
prepare
killed,
for
do you
this
feel
show.
that it's real? No, right?
No.
So, but do you, the emotions of what it's scripted.
I would rather watch granny porn than somebody get
Do you
killed.
know like, but okay, so his feeling was that was worse than the idea of having a conversation about masturbation. Just a conversation,
Okay.
not the rhetoric.
He's just
behind
uncomfortable with seeing old ladies
It. Right.
naked. Or
But he
old-
was like
old
the
people.
fear that like what I don't want
And most granny porn is with young guys because old men can't get hard-ons anyway.
well,
like-
they made pills for that. So
Yeah, but you don't see like 80-year-old men banging. You see.
I don't know. You can
Google it.
You should look it up. and
Trust me.
see.
If we did statistics
tomorrow, you
let's-
should go and look it up and tell me
I'm
all
gonna do
about
statistics right now.
it. So and then it was the other conversation was, like what we were saying about like guys find farting, right? It's funny. We still laugh at it. It's a joke. In the middle of the night, you could fart in the middle of the night. You'll giggle over it. But it's disgusting to talk about taking a shit, which is actually natural.
Yes.
Right? Like that was the conversation. We said
Yes.
like it's natural, and people like that's disgusting. How dare you talk taking a poo or going to the bathroom? Like doing number 2 because you have to clean it up by calling it something else than taking a shit.
Yeah.
You have to say poo or number 2, and it's like oh that's okay.
Or
That's natural.
duty.
Duty, taking a duty.
Duty is a
and
funny
it's so
word.
It's taboo
Right.
to say what it
People
is that
are
you're doing.
uncomfortable talking about taking a shit.
But that's the examples of those two are people are uncomfortable talking about a lot
But
of
I
things.
think it's a good comparison because, all right, so
You fart and they're like, "Ooh,
everybody-
that stinks." All right,
everybody-
go on about your business.
you know, like a normal day, you wake up. You know, most people wake up, hopefully, you know, and then
Some
you
don't. That's
right.
fucked up.
And then you eat, or you know, you do. There's a routine, but the things that you have to do, you have to breathe, you have to eat, you have to drink, and you have to shit,
right.
and you have to sleep.
Well,
Okay, so those 5 things are essential to live, right?
well, those are things that are automatic.
Right.
Like,
And piss, obviously. So I say
well, you
relieve
go to the
yourself.
bathroom. Just say go to the bathroom. You
Let's
relieve
get-
yourself.
let's say
You go-
relieve
You
yourself,
go to the
right?
bathroom, right?
So, in the sense of, people have no problem taking a piss, talking about it. People piss on each other all the time. Actually, people shit on each other too, but
Yeah,
but
but
I'm
there's a
saying,
lot
like,
of money involved.
Even
in
women,
that.
women are like, "Oh my god, I gotta pee so bad, I gotta pee," and they'll go in the bushes, and the most respectable women will do it too,
Right.
And they'll pop a squat, and they'll drip dry, and they'll whatever the hell you guys do, and they'll do it, right? But the minute it's like, "Oh my god, I gotta take a shit, I gotta poo,"
Minus that. Minus that.
Minus that.
oh, you didn't want me to say that. Oh, so
Minus that.
the
with
point is
voice.
like, we all do this.
right. That's the natural.
This
but
is
it's
what we
still,
do.
But it's still something else that's
I
taboo.
shit, you shit, we all shit, let's shit.
Yay!
We should make a song. But shitting is the most normal human thing
Miss
ever.
So is
Martucci,
that-
But it's a little.
It is working. We're actually getting multiple flags just for you saying. Yeah, fuck it. Let's say jerk off.
Oh my God, really? We got flagged.
Getting flag left and right on YouTube.
Flagged.
YouTube.
That's
Oh my
great.
So
God.
get a life.
Thank
please.
you. Thank
Seriously,
you.
Get a life.
Whoever's
Mis-
sitting there and just that's their job to like they've monitored us and they heard
I mean, really? What if I said you're a jerk off? You're you know, like whatever. Hey,
still it would.
Oh
This
my
is why we need our own
God.
platform for that reason, because we're at the beck and it's like Facebook fact checkers. Give me a break,
Yeah.
bro. Give me a break.
Somebody that would have nothing to do with the regular world is sitting at a computer
The fact
and
that
their
they're actually
job.
employing people to do this
Yeah.
is insane. So whatever. If you're gonna fact check us about jerking off, then go F yourself.
I want everybody to go right now to YouTube and hit like.
Yes, go to
Hit like
YouTube.
on this
You know
video.
what? This is how about this, guys?
Most
If you're
important.
listening-
This
yeah.
is the best time to do
That's
it.
the way we fight back.
This is
Hit
the way we-
like, add, subscribe, share. Do all of that on
Like
YouTube.
this episode,
Hit the
and
alert
get people
button.
share it so that we more because this is bullshit.
They can't fight the power. They can't fight the power. They can pretend to fight the power, but they can't fight
Chuck
it.
D said it.
And they want to tell us what to say and what to do. And listen, I may be a little on the vulgar side for some people.
A little bit.
I'm not saying anything that's, ridiculously shocking to
There's
anybody.
theatrics behind.
Give me a
this.
break.
If it's personal, if you're taking it personal and you're offended by it, you're not, and you're missing the theatrics behind
Right.
this. This is we're having fun.
It's a comedy
and
show.
if you take it personally, you know what? I
It's
don't
a comedy show.
Hold
Don't be
on.
a jerk off.
Yeah, I don't apologize. Fuck that. I don't apologize. I
Yeah,
don't give a shit.
I like when you're like
You know,
this.
I just think that was like when you're telling a joke, right? And we're having a joke,
Oh, yeah, go
and you're not getting. Hold on, let me.
Oh,
And when
yeah.
you tell that joke,
Oh, yeah.
and you dig deep down inside for that joke,
Say it, tell me.
and you get on that joke,
Just give
and
it to
you're
me,
like,
Mike.
give
Give
me
it to me,
that.
Mike. Give it to me, Mike. Give it to me, Mike. Give it to me. Yeah.
All right, whatever.
fact check that, you
Yeah,
fucking losers.
Clean up the words inside that, you fuck. Anyway, that's the part
sorry,
of it all.
sorry, Aunt Pats.
I mean, sorry, Aunt Pat, but if the
Pats.
if,
It's Pats.
Pats,
Plural.
if you guys got anyway annoyed at some of this, the point is that we just got frustrated. We're getting frustrated.
very
like,
frustrating.
We should be able to say it without anybody pointing a finger, going, "Hey, don't say that. That's bad."
You
it's
shouldn't talk to people like that.
Don't do that. It's so bad
It's
what you
awful.
do. You guys are foul.
John.
Oh, shit.
John, let me tell you, I hate when these guys come out.
Susan, I just want to tell you
and they
about you. You
start
have that
this
pretty mouth,
podcast.
Susan. Very pretty mouth.
Is it pretty, John?
It's not my type, but
John, I make it your type, John.
no,
I
Susan.
make it worth your while.
You're
You have a-
70
you have a-
years past the what you
You have a
could do for me.
long drive to Westchester. I can make it an easy drive for you.
See,
But the bottom line is, give me a break.
just take a break.
Shut up.
Shut up.
And if you don't like it, be out. But if you do like it, go to YouTube, like
it,
add, subscribe,
add,
share,
subscribe,
do all
share.
that stuff. Show us the support because this is kind of like why we did it. We started a podcast for the reason of just having fun and joking around and bringing entertainment to people, but not being told what to say and what we to do. And we use YouTube because YouTube's a very good instrumental tool to get out there. But the minute we're told what to say and what to do, we're going to be gone with that shit. So we're going to move on to the next one. And we actually have, we're working on situations where we don't need to use these social media platforms to broadcast. But for now, it is what it is. Right, it is what it is. And listen, we're grateful for what it does. But don't be a judgmental prick. How about that, YouTube? You don't have to be.
They have nothing else to do.
You don't got to be so stupid.
You don't got to.
Be a little less
You
stupid.
can, but you don't have to.
So let's talk about, let's get back to talking about taking a shit. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're going to move on. Boom, boom, boom. So the Mets, we got our guy, and I was talking to people about where, like, the future of the team, okay? So, and essentially, when you have a guy like this can really, like, create a domino effect. You know what I'm saying? And it happened with Piazza.
Piazza was such a weird.
It's a little bit different,
way.
though.
It's different, when he came here, he wasn't sure he wanted to be here.
No,
and
I agree with that.
He's just a laid back guy, and this place is too busy for him.
I only compared it. I mean, in the sense that, when we traded for Piazza, we didn't have anybody, dude. Like the team was fucking morbid, right?
Right.
And I brought it up because. And the reason why I brought this whole thing up is because people I hope Lindor, and I actually literally heard this from people.
Do you think Lindor is?
I hope Lindor doesn't turn into another Bobby Bonilla contract. This is what I heard. And I was like, that is arguably the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, arguably, right? And we talked about last week how the Bobby Bonilla contract was actually good for the Mets. The contract allowed us to go to the World Series.
Yes,
that's all there is to it.
The thing was
that's a fact,
right? They didn't want to pay him the $5.5 million that they
$30 million.
No, it came out to because what happened was his agent
deferred
it and
deferred
invested
money.
on it, and that's
It was
why it's $1
deferred
million
money with interest.
With interest. So it's not that the Wilpons were like
nobody lost money. It wasn't lost money.
Right, they had to get rid of him, but they worked out a deal that look, we're paying out of a
They freed up $5 million to pay other players, which they actually went out and did. And they got enough players to go to the World Series in 2000. So now, if we would have won the World Series in 2000, would we be talking about this Bobby Bonilla contract? No. I think we would.
We would be happy because we'd be celebrating.
No, but I think that
there
are still stupid people out there that just don't understand. Like, instead of learning the idea
I think more people are followers than they are leaders. So if more people were saying that was a great deal, look at Bobby Bonilla, we'll keep giving. We have a ring.
You're right.
We gave him that ring, and people would follow it. People hate something. It's the same thing as politics.
That's a good point.
More people in this world are followers than they are leaders. So they just run it on a track. They catch it.
Give them a little bit, and they go with it.
And they go with it, and they run, and it's the same thing. So
I agree because one person said it was an awful deal, and it's embarrassing to the Mets.
Why do you think that?
Why
do you think it's a bad deal? And you'll say, I think it's a bad deal because now look at this. We got to pay him for 30 years.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You're like
dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Right.
So. But anyway, that kind of deal, and the reason why I brought it up again is because they said, I hope this doesn't turn into a Bobby Bonilla thing. And I was like, what do you think? We're going to be paying him to 2070? Like, what part of, I don't get.
If I'm dead, I wouldn't really give a shit.
I don't get where that comes from. So it's more about the stupidity of fans, not just not understanding it, really. Again.
I'm just kidding. I'm clearing this out on YouTube, right? And
what happened? What
do
we got?
You guys Roberto, you crazy.
Roberto.
And Ray.
The porn. What the fuck porn? I love fat chick porn.
Oh, shit.
Listen, you know what? Listen, we talked about that last week, Ray Large. We're roasting a pig at opening day, and I said a lot of dudes love pigs, bro. So that's kind of leads to that, definitely.
Yeah.
So my beautiful girlfriend Patricia said she thinks masturbation is more taboo than porn.
Right, because porn is
we just go
Well, my you know what it is?
We just jump back into it.
Yeah, no, we're going back in. Well, I'm reading the comments, but you know what it is because my girlfriend Patricia is more religious than most. No, I shouldn't say more religious than most people. She's not but she's religious. She's so I think that it's a little bit different in the aspect of people with religion, because it is taboo in religion to not touch yourself, which is very weird. I would think that.
Well, especially when you have creepy people that you employed and bounced around who touched everybody.
Yeah, but I would think that religion would support masturbation more than pornography. You know what I mean? Because like you want to promote, promote abstinence, you want to promote safe sex.
Right. So no, I'm saying so.
What's safer sex than touching yourself?
Right. Well,
unless you have
because
dirty
they don't
hands.
Want, no, but mine
well,
is,
if you have those
they don't
barbecue potato chips on your hands,
they,
then it's not good.
It's a spicy. That's a hot
Dude, those
sauce.
things stink, bro.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway, it's spicy. But anyway, the point of that was.
How do you not make noise chewing on the air? Like.
Well, because I'm not. You chew with your mouth open. I don't.
I don't eat on the air.
Yeah, but you also chew with your mouth open.
For a healthy guy, you eat a lot of shitty food too.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. You eat
Why?
chips every week.
Veggie chips. These are veggie chips.
Oh, okay. Right.
And it's only here.
Veggie chips, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
My partner eats. I love veggie chips.
I don't
too,
give a
so
shit.
I'm not.
So what?
You know what? I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna pull on you. You're right.
Good. Go.
I'm
Yank away. Yank away.
You know what, John? I'm telling
Yankee.
you. These veggie chips, why can't we just have potatoes? We grow them in our ears. We grow them in our backyards and in our farms. Why can't they just be potato chips?
Susan, you know what a can of corn is, Susan? It's
what I hit you over the head with.
Vegetables in a can, Susan. It's a pop-up is a can of corn.
It's what I'm gonna hit you over the head with.
Mike is you're like the yoga. You're the yogi trying to pull me off the ledge, kind of Mike and Susan.
Yeah, you just love being on that ledge, man.
Listen.
You love it. You love it.
Yeah.
And I'm the one who's afraid of a height, so I might not come out the next time to get you.
Good.
Roberto
This is a
Garcia
show of
writes,
impressions.
Big mouth lives matter.
But yeah.
We will not be silenced.
I see that. That's great. We will not be silenced. Yeah, listen, the support is up there, baby. We love it. So
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
If you're not, you're
slightly.
You're a little dead.
Just
inside.
a bit, little tiny bit.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, music-wise, of the entertainment, funny story. When I was a kid, right, and I was staying over at my aunt's house, and she was driving me to school, and so we're driving around, we're listening to the radio, and I forget how old I was, but I kept, we kept going around the schools, like, oh, I have to get off, it's the school's right here. She was like, hold on, wait one moment, hold on. And it happened again. I was like, I think I was like telling her, like, I'm going to be late on the radio that day. My aunt Pat had called in to, remember that song Put Me in Coach, I'm ready to play, This is Center Field.
Absolutely.
Had them play that for my birthday, and it said, like, on the radio you're listening, and it said, well, this is from Aunt Patty, happy birthday, Michael, and here it is.
Hey,
And
Michael,
it's
happy birthday out there, little guy.
No, it was a woman who called.
Okay.
And she was like, very like soft, like she was like, and this is from Aunt Patty to nephew Mike. Happy birthday! And it was like,
have a beautiful birthday, boy.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me. I must be in center field, and I played center field. So that's a big shout out right there to Aunt Patty. She's probably very excited right now, probably doing a little dance like this, what she does. Yes, and so reminder of that one.
Nice little.
Yeah, clean
your
up.
birthday's coming up too, so maybe she could do it again.
We cleaned up the last 15 minutes.
You know what? When she did it last time, that song was actually relevant.
Yeah,
so maybe
I was
she
like,
does it again.
I was like, I had to buy it.
Now it's a classic.
Yeah, now they don't even play it. Yeah, and so that was a little reminder, that people care.
That people care.
And my birthday's right around the corner.
People care about you, Michael.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
That's the thing with me, my girl, man.
Yeah.
Anytime she doesn't like, it's whatever. It's a personal.
That's all right. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I will.
Keep it with you guys.
I'm gonna keep it to myself, Susan.
Oh, yeah, are you?
So.
Oh my God, John! Really? Why can't you share? I don't understand it. We share the booth. We share a booth. We share a car.
John.
We've shared meals.
Sean, Sheen.
Why can't we just share a kiss, John?
Scene. Susan, you're not my type.
I shared a moment with Derek, John.
Susan, I'm gay.
And it was.
Susan, now I'm gay.
Yeah, I wasn't before
Oh,
the
dude,
show. I am right now.
You know what's funny? I wonder if. Can you imagine him having sex, dude? That would be.
No, I can't. And there's no.
They've been
vision.
together 30 years. Maybe they did.
Yeah, maybe all those years of working in the studio, he was
Oh,
like,
John.
"Go for it,
John.
just go for it."
John, just.
It is high. It is far. It is the back of the wall.
I didn't know that I could reach the back of the wall.
I hit the back of the wall, Susan.
John, that's not my wall. That's a diaphragm.
Deeper.
They used to work back in 1956, so I had one in since then.
And cut. Bravo, that was amazing.
And scene.
Yeah. Woo. That was a lot. Oh, that was a load. That was amazing.
That was listen. We're talking about porn.
That was talented.
We just did a John and Susan porn scene, bro. You kidding me? How many people can pull that
So
off?
now we know which is more taboo.
Oh, baby,
Oh, it's gone. On two. I gotta go.
that ball is out of here. Dude, I'll tell you, for such a bad broadcaster, he's an amazing voice. I'll tell you, his voice is like iconic. Dude.
Well, the guys that do the radio, like they're
he's
they're
awesome.
just they're
He's
just
his voice.
amazing.
If you listen to him though, like he sings, So he's like, even like, like with the it is high, it is like he's singing. He's not talking,
hey,
and
it
and the
is
names,
high,
like he does all
it is.
these fucking insane names, which is that's why I like him. It's just a weird
I
kind
don't
of.
like him. I just think he's awful.
I mean, he's
All
entertaining.
around awful.
I say like him just now, like I'm a little older and I respect him for what he is, like a bad broadcaster that's funny. You know what I mean? He's
He's just
funny.
bad at what you do.
He's funny.
That's
so
fucking great.
what? Oh, sorry. Oh, leave the mic alone. I'm touching the mic too much. I'm handsy.
He's like, hello,
Yeah.
hello.
I'm like,
Hello.
John.
Where am I?
Oh, John,
Hey.
do me a favor, John. Finish on my. Oh yeah.
YouTube, fact check that one.
And fact check the sounds.
Fact check the mic on the face. All right, I'm gonna leave the microphone alone. I feel like I'm like a singer in a blues club.
Yeah.
But yeah. So next week we're gonna do Gary Cohen, Keith Hernandez, and Ron Darling in a porn scene. No,
Oh yeah. Pistachio will be there with
Pistachio Jones.
With Keith Hernandez.
they're hiring Pistachio Jones for Keith's retirement party.
Yeah.
George Jimenez writes, "What's up, guys?"
George Jimenez. Wow,
Georgie.
that's an old school name for
Yeah.
Blast from the Past. What's up, buddy? I talk to him every now and then. Old school Flushing Knight, high school, old school friend.
Big Mouth Lives Matter.
Thanks for tuning in, Georgie. What is Big Mouth Lives Matter?
Yeah, Big Mouth
Oh,
Lives Matter.
You know my
'Cause
life
it's like
matters.
big mouths.
Anybody who doesn't say my life doesn't matter, then
Well, it's your mouth, your big mouth,
My mouth matters.
especially when it gets up to the
you can't even make those jokes without pissing people off.
which
nowadays.
jokes?
Oh, you know what?
Which jokes?
Sean
Does
Bowles.
something lives matter?
Sean Bowles. I completely forgot he's watching his son's game.
Stream the
And
football.
That's the streaming football, and I'm going to stream it now, see if they're still on. But I have a friend's son who's playing high school football tonight, and it's a live video stream. And I was actually going to share it with a lot of you guys. So let me see if I can catch into that while Mike tells the next story.
Well, we talked a little bit last night on it, and we were saying that, especially with baseball coming around, there's a conversation about Hall of Famers, right?
Yes.
And how in baseball they're very, very particular and very, very picky. But the other sports, they add more players. They put more players in there. Because there's more football players, there's more basketball players, there's more hockey players. Baseball's a sport that you gave these writers the idea to be. They're allowed to be. They have personal issues. One of the guys that who vote was the Mad Dog, Chris Russo. And so going back some years ago, he was selecting the Heisman Trophy. And he didn't vote for Chris Winkie, remember, from Florida State?
Yep.
Because he was... So when Mel Kiper Jr. asked him why he wasn't going with him, and in his squeaky voice, he said, because he's 28. And Kiper was like, what?
He was from Baltimore. We
Yeah.
don't like Baltimore.
He was like, what? What did you say? He was like, because he's 28. And I can't vote for a guy who's 28.
I'll kick him in the fanny.
He goes, that's it? That's your reason why? He goes, you're a reason why a lot of people shouldn't have this vote.
Right.
And
He's
so,
the epitome of it.
yeah, and fast forward, because that was his reasoning. So in baseball, they're very much more selective. And a guy like Kurt Schilling, who is debatable, right? Like it's a borderline. So there's a long list of guys that are borderline.
I don't think he's borderline because of the dominant years. Like he had a big body of work.
Okay.
So he is borderline in the sense that he pitched a lot of. He had
right.
some
It's
bad
minus
seasons.
the main numbers.
But the bottom line is he won.
Right.
And his postseason numbers are ridiculous.
Okay. So
Ridiculous.
He
has like a 2 ERA.
He led Philadelphia. He was a co-leader in Arizona.
Yep.
And he was, if not, he was a co-leader with Pedro in Boston.
Right.
And he's got a couple of rings in Boston.
Right. He succeeded everywhere he pitched.
So, not having the wins, right? But then there was like the hitters. The hitters are a little bit different than some of the pitchers because the pitchers' numbers, you guys are never going to get 300 again.
Right.
Excuse me.
I mean that's
Guys
almost,
don't pitch as many
like,
games.
Yeah, it's like DiMaggio's hit streak's probably not going to be broken either.
Probably not.
Because guys don't play enough anymore. But yeah, you're right. Nobody's winning 300 games.
Nobody's winning 300 games again. So let's say the benchmark lowers to like anywhere from 290 and under, because you might not even get 290, but let's say it's 270 and under. So now the debate is Mike Mussina a Hall of Fame?
See, again, I
He
think
won 20 games in the end of his career.
Right.
He's like a 6-time 19-game winner.
I know their numbers are very like all right. So just by the eye test, without looking at numbers,
Right. Forget the numbers. We're going to
Just
say what
watching
we think,
as a baseball fan,
We see them.
I think Schilling's better than Messina.
Okay.
Okay, so if Schilling doesn't get in, Messina's not even close.
Andy Pettit.
No,
Andy Pettit's not borderline Hall of Fame,
borderline, but he's not a Hall of Famer.
but there's a chance that he gets in because
And
he's
especially
a Yankee.
with the steroids. But no,
he's like
no.
HGH, a little different.
Same shit, dude.
It's a little
He
different.
admitted to putting a needle in another man's ass in the locker room.
Well,
He's
it wasn't.
fucked.
No.
He ain't getting in, dude.
It was Clemens put it in
Doesn't
him.
matter.
Now, hold on. There's
I'd rather be the giver than a receiver.
Well, we got to inject each other. So
Nope.
come on, we can do it.
I'll plug you. You're not plugging me.
I got to plug you to make you feel
Nah,
better.
Pettit's not a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
I don't care.
So those are just
Pettit never dominated to me.
okay. So
Never.
Pedro Martinez dominant,
Dominant. Like not
Dominant.
even close.
right? Hall of Fame.
Not even close.
So after that, where does it go?
I think you have to lower the bar as far as like if you're going to go with
So let's say a 250 is a
specific
max
standards. Like say we're going to go with like
because you're not going to get the 270, 280, 290. So for the modern day pitchers, not even the guys that are already waiting for their chance, right?
Right.
Because they were guys that were dominant. But if like Mattingly, the reason what Mattingly's his numbers, Hall of Fame numbers, voting goes down is because his last 3 years were awful.
Right. Well, he didn't do it long enough. But
he played hurt. He was out there.
I'd put Mattingly in the Hall of Fame. And you know the only reason why I put him in the Hall of Fame, I'm old enough to remember that he was the best player in baseball for like 4 years, at least. He was he was awesome. So
He filled up the stat sheet.
now, and listen, Sandy Koufax is another guy. 6-7 years, he dominated. So,
but when he got hurt, he quit.
Right.
After a couple of years
but
of being
because
hurt,
of the level of dominance, like I said with Mattingly, like at that point, he was hitting the most home runs. He had the highest average. He was the best.
But we'll look at
pure
his
hitter
last 4 years.
because of a back injury.
Right. So they're saying if he doesn't play injured, if he retires,
Yeah.
you're like he's a Hall of Famer.
Right. No, I think he's a Hall of Famer. I personally think he's a Hall of Famer
You think
because
he has
I think it's more about dominance than it is about actual statistics.
Like Jim Rice. Jim Rice gets in the Hall of
Jim
Fame in
Rice
his
a
last
Hall
chance,
of
right?
Fame,
But the
which
numbers
was a
don't
joke.
tell you. The numbers don't give you
Jim
Hall of
Rice,
Fame.
first of all, Jim Rice didn't like the media, and the reason why they made him sweat it out and wait till the last eligibility time was because he chose not to talk to the media, who were a bunch of scumbag. Like
Right,
the
like
whole
Eddie
world-
Murray couldn't. Eddie
whole
Murray
world-
was considered the same kind of guy. Like
Right,
he didn't like the
right.
media, but you couldn't deny that he had 500
but-
plus home runs and 300,000 hits.
3,000 hits. Eddie Murphy, listen, Eddie Murray did stuff that not many other people have done. Eddie Murray's like rarefied air when it comes to like offensive stats, but
That's a good one.
but
That's a good one. That's a.
rarefied air.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, bro.
I know. I'm just saying that's okay.
I'm good with my words, but I'm a wordsmith.
Oh.
I'm a wordsmith. You're a cocksmith. I'm a wordsmith.
I had to do it. Sorry, Aunt Pat.
So anyway, no, just listen. Just in a sense of
So here's Jim Rice. He gets in the 15th.
like
right?
in a sense of media controlling
Right.
the fate of some of these players, I think is an embarrassment. I think that and baseball needs to really step this shit up, because to me what's gonna happen is this is what's gonna happen, in my opinion. The idea of the Hall of Fame isn't gonna have the same meaning that it has kind of today. It doesn't have the same meaning as it did 20 years ago. So, and that's because of you're letting writers vote.
Right, but they're becoming more writers because the
Why?
media's expanding.
But
Media's
why?
expanding.
Why are writers voting?
Guys do this, and all they do is talk about
Right.
sports. And as long as they
What
keep
makes
doing it
me
with someone-
qualified? Nothing. And I'm not a writer, but
Right.
what makes anybody else qualified?
So the more you do this, like if it was just sports and you only talk sports, and somebody picks you up, they like your show and they like your concept, then they recruit you and they bring you into a sports network. Now you're a sportscaster. So now if you write an article or two, now you're a sports writer.
Right.
Okay. So if you write an article for your show every once, which is mandatory, now you get it. Now if they put you in,
I had
if the
27
union-
Facebook posts.
Right.
I'm a writer.
right. But if they put you in the union, now you're a writer. So now you have the vote. Now you get to pick.
Well, I don't think you get it automatically. You have to have certain
I'm
criteria.
certain, right, but you get 10. Now, what I'm just saying, well, hypothetically, we
right.
make you. So you have all these players who come available. You have to pick. You get 10 votes. You don't have to give anybody anything,
Right.
but you get 10 votes. So every guy, every page that comes up to you, if there's 15 or 20, you get 10 votes. You get to vote on 10 guys every single year. Now, the problem with that is, say a guy who has, like, and I like wrote down some examples, like a guy like Bobby Abreu, who fills up the stat sheet.
He's as borderline as they come. I
Right?
think.
Like he is just under from amazing things. Like if he had 300 home runs, you go, okay, but he had 1,400 stolen. He had 400 stolen bases. He had 1,300 RBIs, 1,400 walks, 1,400 runs scored. It was like 288 home runs, 2,300 hits, 2,400 hits, something like that.
Right.
Like you go. So if he's the next level of the standard, right? So if Bobby Abreu goes in, and I think he's the guy who is like borderline be in there. There's a long list of guys that fill the stat sheet up the same way. Old school names that aren't on there are like a Fred Lynn, filled up the stat sheet, had amazing years, longevity. So baseball's the kind of sport like. So if you take away the guys, the cheater guys, right? So we don't put Pete Rose in there. We don't put Roger Clemens.
Which is a whole
Bob-
different story because
Right.
I don't want to take those guys
Right,
away.
right, but we don't put them in there. There's Rafael Palmeiro. There's a long list of these cheater guys, right? So then you stop that. You go just.
You're a cheater guy.
You're a cheater guy. So you go just under those numbers. That's what you say. 3,000 hits is the premium.
More for the most part.
500 home runs was the premium. So the only guy up until the 90s that was the most home runs that never made it in the Hall of Fame was Dave Kingman.
Right.
If you look at his last 3 years, Dave Kingman, when he finishes like 442 home runs,
Definitely not a Hall of Famer.
right? But he was just a dick to everybody.
Well,
Fans,
it's not just
media.
that. He was just as bad as he was good.
Right, but when he got
So you
better
can't-
at the end of his career.
It doesn't matter.
Correct.
You
I'm just
can't-
saying 442 home runs.
He was a bad defensive player, and he was a strikeout animal.
So
So
after that, after you go, we get this long list of guys with not just so it's him, it's the guy with the 2,300 hits, it's the guy with the 400 home runs, the Fred McGriffs.
okay,
Right?
Well, let me ask you this question:
Yes.
How many votes how many total votes do you need? Do you think is okay to vote somebody in? So, like in other words,
So they have 75% of the votes. You have to get at least
the reason why I
75.
ask is I don't know how many writers vote. I don't know how many the total number is, right? But there are 72 current living Hall of Famers right now.
Yes.
72. Is 72 not a good number to vote somebody in? Like
If
you're
you're
going to get a
voted
majority
in by your peers.
by your fucking.
So that's
peers.
why they created the
why
Veterans Committee.
But the Veterans Committee is only to save guys who aren't getting in. That is bullshit. This is what I'm saying. The media has
WNBC.
the media has WNBC. No, the media has zero, in my opinion, legitimacy to be voting. I don't care. I don't care how long you've been writing. I don't care if you had a freaking pocket protector and
Right, but
you
they
and,
did, but
and you used a typewriter. I don't care. That means you're an old fucking antique. My point, and if you're a new
Redundant
if you're-
old
right,
antique.
and if you're a new guy that wrote 3 articles and now you're considered a media guy, you're not media. You're a
but-
hack.
Right,
So
but
my point
they
is,
gave it to them. They
these
gave them that power. They
which
gave
is
them that
garbage,
power. Okay,
garbage.
it's
Let-
garbage.
Let the peers vote, and I guarantee you, there's not one out of those 72 members that are currently living that are in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Do you think any one of them wouldn't be involved and not vote? Do you think, in your opinion, if they were healthy, do you think they would all vote?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Because they
So-
know what it took to get there.
That's my point. So why are we even doing this? This is where baseball and you know what the thing is? The Hall of Fame isn't controlled by Major League Baseball. That's the biggest.
Right, it's not. They gave
We
it up
have-
to the Hall of Fame.
We're gonna have to stop this conversation real quick, and we have a caller on the line. Who wants their free shit?
Joe Pa in the house.
Yay,
Hey, Joe.
Pa.
I'm gonna break his fingers for touching the mic.
Are you liking this? Hey, Sheen, stop touching the mic. Joe, are you liking this conversation about the Hall of Fame? Can you give us your input?
Yeah, and the reason I'm calling is I wanted to ask you guys your opinion first. What do you guys think of what Kurt Schilling did?
Oh, take himself off of it?
Told the writers to
By
go
pulling
fuck
out?
them. Schilling told the writers to go fuck themselves.
I
and
love it.
Said, I know the Veterans Committee will vote me in.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
And you know what, Joe? He's 100% right about that. And I'm not a Schilling guy, but
I am.
when
I fucking love it. I love Schilling.
I've just never been. But when he did that, I loved him. I was like, that's kudos to that. I thought that was great.
100%. I agree.
It also puts their backs to the wall. Now they got to put him in.
Right. Like, well, they'll vote him in, and he'll say, "No, I don't accept it."
Well, Joe, the only reason you're right. The only reason why, if they do have to, the only reason they do is because the egg on their face,
Right.
Because they don't want to
'Cause
look
they
like
look
it.
like-
But again, they deserve all the egg they can get because it's been an embarrassment for the last 20 years. So and like
How many guys were you clearly saw that they like I said, the borderline
I think it
numbers.
started with Jim Rice. I think Jim Rice was really that first guy that everybody knew was a clear-cut Hall of Famer.
Well, I
and
think-
they just dragged it out.
Rice and Eddie Murray.
And Eddie Murray.
And
And dude, you know what Eddie Murray, the thing with Eddie Murray was, there was only so much that, like Mike said earlier, there was only so much they could do to shun him.
Right, you-
Because
you're
his numbers were
overqualified.
overqualified. Jim Rice, as dominant as he was, and really to me there was no argument, but they can make it somewhat of an argument, like, oh, you know, he did
Like
this,
you
he
were a
did that.
dick, like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
aren't a nice guy.
It's just
win.
right. He didn't win. That's what it was. You know, he was on a bad Boston team for a really long time. So, but
Right.
but you know, and again, when you have people who've never done something ever in it and don't even know what it feels like, they don't know what it feels like to have a passion for it. Yet they get to vote if that other person was qualified to be in there. To me, it makes no sense.
But the steroid thing, I mean, they got it eventually. They got it.
Can we do a wing? Can we do like a steroid wing?
Is there like an HGH wing?
Yeah.
You can't just just make believe that era of baseball
Didn't
never
exist.
happened.
Right. Exactly. So, like might say, Joe, how do you feel about doing a wing? Like we're gonna do a PED wing, the West Wing, or the whatever it is.
They can't name it.
No.
Why not?
Do you know how much they got to keep extending shit over there?
Joe, you know what? I guess this is why I'm not in charge.
Yeah.
And you have albino Sammy Sosa out there greeting people.
Right.
Oh, that would be amazing, dude.
He
if that-
lost his accent and everything.
Hello,
He's like,
I'm Sammy Sosa.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
Hi, I'm
look,
Sammy Sosa.
You look like Chad Bennington.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's the most disturbing looking human.
What are you doing Monday? Because the captain bought tickets for the game in Philly.
You know what? I did talk to Jack, and he has tickets in Philly. I have work. I have a lot going on locally that I can't really disappear for a day or two. At this point,
Road trip.
yeah, no, dude, there's so much going on, and I got to get everything ready for the tailgate party on Thursday. So if I'm away for a day or two, it's just going to take away from what I need to prepare for. But it sounded good. Listen, we'll definitely do a Philly trip, 100%.
I don't know if I mean, I don't know if I wasn't asked, but I don't know if I would be doing it like a Philly. Like I want to like a Washington. If you guys want to do,
I'll do Philly and
anything other
Washington.
than anything,
I've
in Philly.
done both. I love both cities,
Had
but
a great time in D.C., baby.
oh, DC. You know what? I'll tell you one thing about DC. That stadium is like almost identical to Citi Field, except like the outfield is where the parties area is. Like almost like it's almost identical to be honest with you. But the coolest part is you enter the stadium on the outfield end. You can enter both sides
Like
on the
open side?
outfield end, but it's right off the street.
Great.
Right? Isn't that wild? Like there's like two huge bars outside. One of them's a double decker, and
Yes.
you're literally on a street where cars are parked for their apartments, and then you walk and there's ticket booths. It's really wild. They did a really good job with that stadium, man. It's beautiful down there.
Yeah,
and
I'd love
people
to check that out.
and people in DC are mad cool, bro.
I gotta go to Boston or Baltimore for a game.
Baltimore's another great city to watch, and you know Boston. I got, but Joe, we'll definitely do some like train trips because you know what? I thought about it. I'm like, how are we not taking the train?
Boston, 4 hours is
Between
nothing,
Boston,
man.
Philly, Baltimore, and DC, we could go to at least one game a season with that. And it's like, and you know what they all four of those cities do? they incorporate the ticket prices into the train prices.
Into the train pass, yeah.
So it's like one deal. It's like $90 freaking back and forth with.
It's only an hour and a half to Philadelphia on train.
And you could drink, and if you want to go to the bathroom, take a shit and jerk off. It's amazing.
Everything all together. It's most amazing.
The best part of the train.
The best part of the train is
just when we get the show right on track,
and then it falls off the rails.
I gotta wreck it off the rails.
Beep beep beep.
Joe, how long you know me?
Since you're about 12.
Okay, great. Have I ever been different than this? Yo, my whole life, people either wanted to kiss me on the mouth or punch me in the mouth. It's one or the other.
And you got both.
Yeah, I like the kisses better, so bring the kisses. Nothing except only Miss Martucci. The rest of you guys can go kick rocks.
Are the Mets going to play this weekend, or we got to wait till Monday?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it depends on. So they didn't announce what the COVID protocol situation was. So they don't know if it was somebody that, at least the last I heard before we did the podcast, they don't know if it was just somebody came in contact, or if somebody actually tested positive.
But they said 4 people, but they're not saying who.
Right, but they didn't say whether they were players or trainers or they
staff.
just said
They didn't say 'em.
they just said people in the organization. So again, it could be that they're just being careful, which I get. I understand that. Listen, this is something we have to deal with. I think that as a country, we need to get just not be so crazy about. We're almost there. Listen, no matter what you feel politically and how you feel about the virus and the masks, just fucking put the masks on. Let's get rid of this fucking thing. I understand what people are telling you what to do.
It's not that real. Stop being angry over it.
Joe, it's the same thing. Like tell a child.
I'm going to the Javits tomorrow, 11 o'clock for Johnson & Johnson shot.
Oh, Johnson & Johnson.
I got my first shot of Pfizer a couple of weekends ago.
So I guess you didn't listen to the podcast last week about Johnson & Johnson.
I actually forgot you guys were on, and your brother fucking reached out to me, and I was like, oh, shit, I'm missing the podcast.
No. Last week, I'm pretty sure I went in on Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, he evaporated Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, so I said until they could cure their nickname for their football team, I'm not taking any viruses, any vaccines.
Gangrene.
Fucking gang. Name your team after a disease.
I'm getting the shot for one reason, the Brooklyn Nets. I got to be there.
I hear you, bro. Let me ask you a question. I heard that they're giving it anally. Are you taking it anally this year?
I drop my pants to any needle I get. So.
Nice. Well done.
It's not on a needle.
Good for you.
They're applying it to
a
cucumber.
They're bringing it.
They're applying it to a cucumber.
They dip the cucumber in the vaccine, and then they shove it in.
If I see any fruits or vegetables,
Yeah, eggplant.
Listen, and then they use a mandolin. They slice the cucumbers up and put it in a salad. And you're ready to go. Joe Padota, we love you, bro. You're
Mr. Padota. Thank you for calling in again.
I just shared it, and we just fucking reposted on off season. So keep it going, boys.
Thank you very much,
man. Everybody,
much appreciated.
To shout out to the whole off season crew. Anybody listening? It's a great little group we got. It's all sports. We have great debates and talks and discussions and
all the time.
Bunch of good dudes.
Because it's everybody that knows their sports, knows their shit.
All the same age
and just yelling at each other.
Yeah, you know what? There's really not many arguments because I think everybody there knows sports.
Right, because when you're waiting for that moment to get the numbers right and somebody gets it right before you, fuck this guy, man.
Because we're part of like Met groups.
What is that?
Pizza Rustica is an Easter pizza. It's
Easter pizza.
My aunt used to make Pizza Rustica.
Easter pizza.
So,
does it have meat in it?
Yeah, it's more. It's meat. Yeah, it's almost like a quiche in a pie crust. It's delicious.
I got Bagel Parlor around the block. They go on sale tomorrow.
Bagel. Listen, first
snatch
of all,
them up.
Shout to Bagel Parlor.
Yeah,
snatch them up.
Shout to Gerard, Jerry. You're the man. Anybody local, if you like Utopia bagels, and I love Utopia, and this is definitely not me like trying to like poo Utopia at all because they are yes, there you go, man. My aunt makes those. They're beautiful. Utopia has definitely been the standard in the neighborhood, and we have some good bagel places around here. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But Utopia Bagels has got to be
Utopia's a standard. It's the standard, for sure. And well deserved because Utopia is amazing. Gerard opened this place up. And you know what? Again, I'm stuck on stupid because I can't remember the name of his family's pizzeria from Floral Park, but they were there for a long time. So he told me when
Brain freeze.
business owner. He's like, yo, he goes, I make pizza. I do pizza. I'm like, really? And to this day, he does them there. So he goes, yeah, for like private parties, I'll definitely do pizzas. So he recently reached out to me. They sell pizza bagels.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to reserve one right now for the weekend.
Oh, the
Tomorrow,
Rustica?
actually,
Yeah,
for
they're
my
amazing.
sons.
Trust me, they're amazing, dude. I mean, I never had theirs, but the Pizza Rustica is amazing.
So you're trying to snatch up...
It's an Easter tradition, but it's an Italian Eastern tradition.
So he's got the pizza bagels.
the pizza
right?
bagels. So what he's going to do is sell them to bars.
Ooh.
For like, and so,
Trying to cash in
because
on
right
that?
now we don't have a kitchen at Rebar, and a couple of the bars around here don't.
Great idea.
So we have pizza ovens, and we get pizza from the Pizza Network in Suffolk County, which I love. They're phenomenal. Pizza Network in Oakdale, Long Island. Tremendous stuff. And their pizza is legit. I mean, they bring it fresh, not frozen, and then we freeze it. So it's only frozen once for however many hours we freeze it before we serve it, And pizza in our bar doesn't last more than a few days. Like we get deliveries twice a week, So we sell a lot of pizza. But Gerard is up the block. And he's going to sell pizza bagels. Dude, and let me tell you, their pizza bagels are ridiculous, bro. So
Well,
instead of
get them so I can sample. We should have ordered some pizza.
I'm just
today,
glad
man.
that he showed me that because of the idea that
If he's listening, it would have, next time we could bring some pizza bagels to the show.
well, you know what?
And we could
how
sample
about
them.
this? I will get in touch with him because we've been slacking with the pizza reviews.
He's around the block
No,
right
he's
now
right around-
baking, and I'm about to go stay outside.
I'm gonna be.
We're gonna need those
I'm gonna
pizza
get in
bagels.
touch with him for him to make us a pie for next week,
Okay.
or for maybe whenever he can do it. Because he told me he would make it if we requested it. So I'll get a pie or two. Actually, I think we might have somebody coming in next week, so maybe we'll get two. Because I think we might have a guest next week. I'm not sure yet. We haven't confirmed that yet. We're still working on that. But yeah. So honestly, Bagel Parlor, I highly recommend it. This is just a natural plug. It was not planned. They're phenomenal, and the tuna is ridiculous. Like I love bagel stores and fresh food, and it's not like huge like you go to Amore. They have. I mean, you go into Utopia and they got like 5 different kinds of chicken salad and 4 different kinds of tuna salad, and they're all delicious. It's, this place is a little bit. It's smaller, a little bit more intimate. And
Not a wider selection.
not a big selection, but an amazing selection. The food is tremendous, dude. The bagels are fresh. One of the best everything flat bagels I've had. That's my thing. Everything flat bagels. I freaking love those, bro.
The now that they make the everything flavor.
In at
like,
Trader Joe's.
Like yeah.
Well, now they sell it at every supermarket.
Every supermarket. But
Everything
like,
but the bagel is called.
Right, it's everything but the bagel, and it's like you just spread that in it when you bite into it. Whatever you put it on, when you ever put that spread on, you're like,
no, it's great.
I just don't want to eat anything else.
I got drug tested when I was a doorman, and they were like,
poppy seed.
yeah, they were like, what's
fused.
going on? I'm like, they were like, you got cocaine in your system, and I was like, I ate a poppy seed bagel or whatever, and they were like, okay, what about the heroin, the weed, and I was like, it was an everything bagel.
That is a great one. That was a great. I mean, there's things you could have done differently, but yeah, I got that.
You can never just give me a compliment.
Nope, because I'm just like you to me. You don't give me a compliment for shit.
Oh, I always.
I
do.
ain't giving you a
I say
compliment
you have
either.
the prettiest baby blue eyes I've ever seen.
I hear that a lot.
It's a freaking compliment, dude.
I hear that a lot. Come on, man.
It's more of a compliment to your mom
Yeah, well, yeah, my mother
and your
had that.
dad.
Well,
Has nothing to do with you.
fuck him.
Well, whatever. Fuck him, but he gave you beautiful baby blues.
Well, no, he gave me my sense of humor, so thanks.
His splooge gave you the baby blues and a sense of humor.
No. On my mother's side.
And we're doing. Do you want to do the
blue
splooge sneakers?
Yeah, I think so. I think we should
Back
go
to
for
that?
it. Yeah. I think we should go. I think we should get like Nike, or I'm gonna go with Puma. Puma splooge.
I think I'm gonna go with Slazenger because the.
I like the idea of the Puma splooges.
Because the tiger looks like a swimmy.
Yeah, but the Puma.
Slazenger. Remember, I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
Probably
No,
not.
we don't need let's make our own brand.
Like, well,
why are we using
let's-
a big sneaker
Yeah,
company?
no. Let's
All
call.
we got to do is go to China and hire a couple 11-year-olds and it's a wrap.
Converse.
They know how to
Converse
make really
wants
good
to,
sneakers.
needs a new market. Converse Blues.
11-year-old Chinese kids know how to make sneakers.
We
what I-
got a studio coming around the
what I
corner.
heard.
Just heard it was a really
Fact check that,
Nike,
YouTube.
Nike said
We're
that.
really going for the
Yeah,
fucking bang.
Amazon and you.
Fact check that, YouTube.
Hey, Nike.
What the hell? What, am
Yeah.
I making stuff up? I'm sorry.
Hey, Google, fact check that, motherfuckers.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Am I making shit up? No.
No.
It's unbelievable,
Yeah,
man.
the fact checkers. Here
So,
they come again.
So we, listen, we could get flights are cheap. We could probably get a round trip ticket to China for like
I get like 4. I can sponsor 4.
$155 or some
I
shit.
I could sponsor 4.
I
to
don't
come
think it's
back.
sponsoring. I think we just got to take control of them.
We got to build a building.
It's slave labor.
And then you
Like,
hire them.
so you just got to scare them.
No, there's no slave.
You get done more with fear than you do with money. So you just got to scare them.
Well, this is where the show
And then I
ends.
heard that the sneakers are
This is where the show ends.
really comfortable.
Thank you for season 1 and episode 8.
Yo,
We
see-
appreciate it.
see,
You'll-
again-
we'll find another secret dark
This
web
is Studio Mike saying that we're
episode
going to
soon.
hell,
Yeah,
but the facts are
we are.
the facts are that
We are.
they have Chinese little kids making sneakers.
You went from the Philippines to Chinese,
No, I
so
didn't say
it's
Philippines. I didn't say Philippines. Never said Philippines.
What's
I
the
think
lottery?
you did.
What's the lottery numbers?
6 6 6 6
Listen,
6 66.
the only time I wasn't talking about Filipino, I was talking about Chinese because I literally needed help with my T-Mobile bill, and I realized
Hold on, let me flash the warning.
I realized I had no Filipino friends to help me with that.
Yeah.
Let me flash the warning. The
Because-
viewer discretion sign on the screen.
Yeah, just save it.
First of all-
Just save it right
first of all,
there.
that should be highlighted for every
Yeah.
show. We do.
First minute, 12th minute, 30th minute.
No, but I literally had, all right, so bringing me up to, so for whatever reason, like Sprint and T-Mobile, they outsource all of their
So that's
customer
you.
service.
Okay, that's where you're going right now. Is with T-Mobile.
Yeah,
right?
well, no, I'm in Verizon now, which
Oh.
I'm greatest move I ever made.
Well, I'm not, but I'm in AT&T.
Oh, okay. So I was, well, anyway, I was a Sprint customer for a long time. And then they merged with T-Mobile.
Yeah.
And I never had a problem, like with my overall coverage with Sprint. I go back to the Nextel days. That's how long ago. So,
Those fucking chirping phones.
dude,
I hated that.
love
shit.
those
I
things.
hated that.
I loved it. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
But so anyway, the service they merged with T-Mobile, and the service was abysmal. Like to the point of I'm home and my shit's getting dropped, like completely just getting dropped. So and Trish was always T-Mobile, and then she never had service at the house, right?
Hood Mobile.
Right. So I had Sprint, never had a problem. She had T-Mobile, always had a problem.
Okay.
When they merged,
Yeah.
we both had problems. Like zero coverage in my house. I would get drop calls, and then this is like COVID, right when COVID lockdown started. So she's a school teacher. I work real estate. We're both working from home, and we're both working simultaneously sometimes. So we need the fastest internet service. We need good, we need good stuff.
You need good stuff.
And we
Puppy.
need, and we
You need that good stuff.
and we need good. What was that?
I don't know.
Was
You stopped
Was
here.
Tony Montana here?
You stopped.
No, Tony Montana walked in.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah, oh, my-
hi, Tony.
Yeah, like
Yeah, Joe don't know. What the hell was that? That was like the guy with Reno 911.
Yeah.
Fucking, what's his name?
yeah.
playing
So
it?
what's the problem?
All right, no, it was good. Good. You make
You
it
got people getting carjacked outside.
outside here?
By the the Greek truck over on Bell by the Cross Island.
Yeah.
This
That place is pretty good.
Yeah, it says police responded to reports of multiple people carjacking a man at
See,
gunpoint.
this is where we need breaking news. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Somebody got carjacked at the Greek Gyro Souvlaki truck
Dum, dum, dum.
outside Clearview Golf Course.
We will.
2017 black Mercedes.
So the guy took a 2017 black Mercedes and asked for extra tzatziki sauce on the way out. That might be. I might have made that up. So thanks for that interruption.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's amazing. The Citizens app. We could just put the Citizens app and talk about that all day.
That's fucking crazy.
It's so stupid. You might laugh.
We totally need like music off the rails type of music right now. Yeah, that's great.
Dun, dun, dun. That was great.
Yeah, I don't even know what we were talking about. But
Well, you were talking about T-Mobile, and you
Oh,
needed the
okay.
service,
Yes.
and you said you were distracted
so there's the
because
problem.
I said, "Okay,
there's
puppy,
the problem.
how'd
I
you
called them,
you need some better
and
service?"
over the
man.
course of like 8 months,
Yeah.
I'd say. Maybe even longer.
It was awful.
They came to the house twice, sent the technician to go on a pole and everything, you know. I was on the phone with them probably 4 or 5 times where they were like, okay, Mr. Lynch, we're going to send you a signal. And they all sound the same. All right, that was my Filipino accent, okay? And listen, this is all real.
Pilapin. It's
Filipino.
Filipino.
Okay, Mr. Lynch. So anyway,
Pilapin.
and they, you know,
We're not making fun of you.
they're all freaking sweet. You know what I mean? But they're not helpful. And they're all very polite, you know. And I want to just hug them when I talk to them. But you're not doing what I need you to do. Like you're not you're not
William
fixing my
Shatner,
problem.
do that. That's beautiful.
You're not fixing the problem.
So
Spock.
so anyway, I'm like, you know, this is it. You got to shit or get off the pot. Talking about shitting again. So I'm like, we got to get a new service.
Okay.
So I call Verizon, and at the same time, my Cablevision, I had Cablevision home, Optimum, the worst cable you could ever have. So I had
missing
all of my services.
everything
sucked,
was missing.
but there was a reason for it. They didn't have Verizon cable on my block until recently, like a year and a half ago, and I was good with Sprint for so long. You know what I'm saying? It was only to the merger that this happened, which was only like 6 months ago, whatever it was. So I call them, they try to fix it. Now finally, I get somebody on a phone with of importance, I thought, and they were like, "We're sorry that we can't help you. This, that, and the other." I said, "Okay, that's fine. I appreciate you admitting that you suck."
Yeah.
I'm not leasing I don't have a contract. You know, the whole thing is no contracts now.
Right.
You just lease the phone.
Right.
So I leave. I go to Verizon. I get a bill for $875. And I'm like,
Susan.
so I'm like, what's going on? So I call, and I get a call. Well, first of all, I will selfishly admit, I tried to bring the phone back to the store. They wouldn't take it because I killed my account. I didn't go crazy trying to send the phone back. The phone's sitting in my freaking
Still sitting there.
Still sitting there. So they were charging me $275 just for the phone. Meanwhile, I'm like, okay, so why am I spending $600 and whatever dollars? What's that about?
You broke your contract.
I go, there was no contract. That was what the commercial said. No contract. Lease the phone.
Dramatic voices.
And
present.
then the guy was like, there's no service contract, but there's a leasing the phone contract. So I'm like, you fucking lied to me. You told me there was no contract, but there was literally a contract. So essentially, they lied. And
surprise.
So essentially, I get on the phone and I'm like,
Right,
okay,
now you wanna figure this out, like, what do
I
I
need
do?
somebody that's going to tell me, like, somebody that's, first of all, doesn't sound like I'm going to, like somebody's paying them for sex in 3 hours, because that goes on. There you go. See?
Woo, investigation time.
We need investigation. So it pissed me off that I was being charged for something that they couldn't provide. Their service sucked. I lost the service. They sent people to fix it. They we tried over the phone. There was a million things that tried to happen. Like, they went out of their way, they tried to fix it. I went out of my way to pay the bill for 8 months, even though the service sucked.
Mm-hmm.
And my bill was expensive. It was $140 a month. So I'm paying my bill,
Right.
but I'm not getting the service.
And the service
So
is
now when
shit.
I decide to leave, and they said no contract, now I got to pay you $600 to leave you. To leave your service that fucking sucked. So they kind of yesterday told me, all right, we're going to try to help you out. And they knocked off $100 on this and they got it down to like $500 and something dollars. So now listen, I'm just going to say this. Sprint T-Mobile.
Sprint T-Mobile.
Suck a dick. You suck. Your service sucks.
Anyone that you can find, just go out there.
You outsource your freaking, you know what? Why can't you give Americans jobs? Why can't you hire an American to answer the phone? Thank you. Why do you got to hire Tarzan? Why does Tarzan's wife got to answer the phone?
Tarzan. No give you.
Or Tarzan's sister.
Sister.
It's ridiculous,
Why
bro.
does Tarzan's wife
So now,
or
you know
sister?
what? These are American companies, right? Hire Americans to answer the phone.
That's never going to happen.
Why not?
Because they make too much money. They pay
I'm
less
talking
money
in
to have it.
circles. And the last person I spoke with didn't even understand what the hell I was saying. And she was sweet. It's not the person. I'm not mad at the person. I'm not mad at the cute little Filipina.
It doesn't matter.
In
It was like
Philippines.
in the Filipino.
You know who I'm mad at? I'm mad at T-Mobile and Verizon. You guys suck.
So Verizon is.
I mean, no, Verizon's the best. T-Mobile and Sprint, you guys
Sorry.
suck.
Could you go back, remove the Verizon comment, and jump right forward into T-Mobile Sprint?
And listen,
Thank you very much.
I'm not
I
trying to
appreciate
impede
it.
on Filipino jobs. Because I know they need jobs too.
He said, there's a cute Filipino.
They're definitely a cute Filipina that
And
answer my
she's
phone
answering
somewhere.
my phone somewhere, but
Yeah.
I would like
She
her
was probably
not
like-
to have that job anymore.
And I don't mean cute in a sexy way. She was like cute, like
So
oh,
that
hello.
I can give
she
it
was
to-
really cute, like endearing, and I felt like
Do you
she
think
really,
you'd get more service if
I
it
felt
was
like she
in
really wanted to help me,
Montana?
but her hands were tied because they probably are because they use sex slaves and work slaves or whatever they use. So her hands probably literally were
She
tied.
might be literally tied up.
So yeah, so Sprint, T-Mobile, eat a dick.
Yeah,
You
you
guys suck.
you awful.
Verizon's the best. If you guys need something, go to Verizon.
You made him mad.
I spent a lot of money.
And now he's spitting on
the microphone. He's mad.
Splooge.
Splooge Adidas.
Wait till the splooge things go.
You get a free pair of
Oh my
splooge.
god! I swear to God, I hope nobody's family's listening to this.
Oh, they're all listening right now.
Splooge sneakers are the best, though. I honestly believe that. I think it's a genius
who's
move.
who's gonna make the splooge cake?
Little Nas X is selling for 1,000.
666.
We could sell human. We could sell human lives legally. We could put. We got to develop a way to keep the sperm alive so the swimmies stay alive.
The collab with Trojan and Nike.
Dude,
Nike
there you
Trojans.
go.
The legit Trojans.
The Trojan. See,
Trojan.
I always liked the name Trojan. Too.
Yeah, there was
I
a
thought
reason for that.
Trojan horse sounds masculine.
But that's like, isn't the Trojan meant to mask
Stop
block?
pregnancies. Yeah,
Stop
we can't
it.
use.
We can't use that.
Sorry,
the
Trojan, you're
the
out.
splooge has got to be something to
Trojan
impregnate the nation.
man. Trojan man. No Trojan.
Nike insertion.
It's gonna no. You know what? Maybe we'll get You know what we'll do? We'll get
We'll get a.
What's the guy's name? The Olympic guy.
Which one? The swimmer?
Guy?
Luganis?
Mike
Phelps?
Phelps.
Look, we're gonna get Michael Phelps to promote our Swimmies 2021.
Converse splooge.
Our swimmies. We're gonna call them swimmies. The Splooge Edition 101s. Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps is going to be wearing
high
them.
swimmies. You got the
Michael
high
Phelps
swimmies and the low swimmies.
He's going to dive off the diving board and wear our swimmies while he's
you're
swimming in the pool.
And you're gonna see them.
And they're going to be swimming around while he's swimming.
And your
Oh, it's
camera's
going to be
gonna
great.
show spinning around.
We're going to have a camera in the sneakers.
Yeah, so they
shooting
can
the
see it.
swimmies.
Yeah, the swimmies.
Wait till next year when we have the Open Ovary Edition.
Sandals.
So we're going to release the swimmies on Father's Day and the open ovaries on Mother's Day.
What did you get me for Christmas?
Little Nas X, you
Open
ain't got
ovaries,
shit
yeah.
on me.
We're impregnating a nation. You're just putting some little blood in some shoes, you little bitch.
Yeah, get out of here, little
Yeah,
bitch.
Go give Satan another lap dance, you little bitch.
You gay rapper going to out-Trump me.
You're gonna out-Trump me?
Oh, God. The pissed off quota is getting high today.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, every time I look over Studio Mike, he's covering his face.
Yeah. I'm gonna burn my fucking studio down. Oh God.
Oh, sorry. I thought we warned you about.
Yeah.
We might get a little nuts.
Yeah, and if you want to come after us, you can find us at...
Come to home base.
Yeah, come to home base, baby. What's up?
We're here every Tuesday, 7 o'clock.
7 a.m. to 7 p.m. What's up?
Oh, that's great. But, yeah, so,
Yeah, Susan. Buy the new Swimmies. Brought to you by Michael Phelps. And,
They're mine. I gave them an edition. The senior edition.
oh, that's great. All right, so what's next, Mike? That was a winning segment. We won that segment.
Oh, yeah, we're in charge now.
I think we're ahead of the game tonight.
And check. My box for being ahead of the game is a check right now.
I think we're just giddy about baseball being back.
Yeah, because usually when you get about baseball, it brings you into splooge comments.
So I'm definitely not giddy about the Knicks loss last night.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, all right. So
What is
we're getting a little updated information.
Recreational?
Well, this is the excuse me, WPIX channel 11. You know, they're like so noted for being a good media branch. The PIX. Are you kidding me? Home of the Flash, which I actually kind of like that show. But anyway, New York, New Jersey, they're comparing the legalities of legalization between New York and Jersey. So, I mean, a lot of it's almost identical. I mean, almost, but New York is allowing people to grow at home. Jersey's not allowing it, and it's weird because Jersey
got more greenery.
There's a
more
whole lot.
property,
There's a whole lot. I mean, there's a whole lot of nothing out there. So you
So
would
what
think
you
that
like?
let 'em-
Yeah. Well, they have a lot of territory that's preserved.
You know, they're like they're the capital of eggplant growing, the capital of the world.
Did not
They
know
grow,
that.
yeah.
Did not
New
know
Jersey grows. That's the eggplant capital of the world. They grow more, and there was something else, another vegetable that they grow more than any other place in the planet.
Also, they're the.
It's weird because it's all fields.
What are they? First or second in awful Italian stereotypes?
Yeah. Oh, they're really bad at off-field time. But they're first in exits.
In exits,
In
yeah,
exits.
they have tons of exits.
There's a ton of exits.
But it's the awful Italian stereotypes.
Right.
that-
How many people you think are gonna be growing this shit at home now?
I am.
I am.
100%.
Chia.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
I
reach
am.
on my
Yeah,
roof.
right.
I'm gonna have a spot on my roof and just pull it down every night when I want it.
I got it all set up, bro. I already got the spot. I put a pillow down. I'm waiting for these seeds to come. But New York is allowing, and this is up to, this is concentrated, like harvested weed.
I have a spot in my mother-in-law's backyard. She doesn't know yet, so she's not listening to the show. So I have a spot that we're gonna make it and grow it.
Holla back.
That's
You're
right,
gonna keep
yo,
jumping
mama.
jumping the fence, stealing the plants.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Just
That-
showing
that's
up,
what's gonna happen.
Just showing up every couple of
See,
weekends.
that's what's gonna happen. People are gonna be stealing weed out of other people's yards, left and right. So I think a lot of the real potheads are gonna grow stuff indoors.
Well, what you gotta
listen.
Since you're not allowed to be armed, what you should get is a spear gun.
We got 2 dogs.
Those are okay.
An arrow.
No, spear guns, arrows. Those are okay. Those are legit. You can
Yeah. you can shoot somebody with an arrow, just not
You
a gun.
can shoot somebody with a crossbow, not
Or-
a gun.
But we got a pit bull, so that's it. I got a half.
I'm telling you, the
my
arrows.
Brother, my brother got a full pit, and I got a half pit.
I would
so-
go with the arrows. It's
you're
gonna,
gonna-
there's a lot more excitement out of
you'll
watching
definitely
somebody
get-
try to run with an arrow in their ass. So,
So New York is allowing up to possession of up to 3 ounces.
measure. Make sure
New-
you measure.
New Jersey is allowing up to 6 ounces. Now look,
Let's go visit Jersey. Smoke in Jersey.
if you've never seen how much weed that is, that's a lot of freaking weed. So 6 ounces of weed's a lot of weed, but 3
Keep
ounces is definitely a
that
lot of weed.
going up.
It's legal to smoke wherever tobacco is legal, which means everywhere. Like
Everywhere.
you can't smoke in a park.
But designated areas, like you know those places where you go to, they have
But
designated areas.
okay, so there's my question.
Beaches are like that. Beaches don't want you,
can't
to smoke on a beach. You got to go outside.
Can't smoke in a public park. Can't
How
smoke
about an airport then?
You can't
outside the airport.
Outside you can.
Absolutely.
Yes.
In New York, it says legal to smoke wherever tobacco is permitted. Tobacco's permitted walking down the streets of New York. So this is where I think the problem starts. You don't need to have people, because people are animals by nature. Most people.
Savages.
You know, like Mike said, followers, leaders. There's not that many leaders. And leaders understand, because I'm a fucking leader, all right? I don't know if you guys know that. I lead. I lead by example. Laughing at me. I wasn't making a joke there.
Hey.
I made a lot
hey,
of jokes tonight. That
look
wasn't
at me.
one of them.
Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
I'm a leader.
I'm a leader.
See, hey, you guys.
Look at me. Look at me.
I'm a leader. Mike knows that. I'm a leader. So I lead. You know, I don't follow. But no, my point is, who the hell wants people smoking weed joints walking down the street? Like, come on, dude. And I obviously indulge. I think it's disrespectful. You don't need to be blowing shit in people's faces.
Well, when I go down like to work, like there's the Amazon
as long
has
as-
2 substations.
As long as
over
you're
there.
not, I think as
and
long
it never really bothers me.
as long as you're not, listen, the smell you're gonna deal with. As long as you're not blatant in front of
No,
people,
they're just blowing the
just
smoke
keep it
and
down
you smell
and
it.
I think it's okay
the
to be
people
all
that
right.
smoke cigarettes that are right next to you, like you don't smoke anymore,
Right.
And they blow the smoke. That you realize what people get annoyed many
But
many
so
moons ago.
that rule is legal in both states.
Yeah.
So you could smoke anywhere in either state that you're allowed to smoke a cigarette. So that I think that's going to be probably one of the biggest hiccups that piss non-smokers off.
See, and I'm not
So
a big.
is it going to legitimize the sales and like the creation of like pizza shops, pizza pushers?
Yes.
Like
and-
like
100%.
real.
No,
when you
so
say
no.
put oregano on it,
No,
legitimate-
this is what's going to happen, and this is where the FDA gets involved, and that's the problem. So you have food has to be like food. You know, obviously, I have a liquor license with the
broken
bar.
down.
Food is a very tricky. They watch. I mean, maybe more places than others, but they watch what's being put in food. So when they started incorporating CBDs and THC into the government went after them because they were like, you can't just put stuff into food and serve it.
well, there's
It's like-
stores in
everything's
Soho.
regulated.
In Soho, that-
They shut
But
them
here's
all
the thing
down.
about the FDA: if you look at some of the ingredients they allow in products, Like, to give you an example, like Kraft Parmesan cheese. They're allowed a certain amount of sawdust as filler to put in it. So when you have that Kraft, that green container that has Parmesan, whoever uses it should never fucking use that. That shit, when you learn when you were a kid, it has sawdust in it.
Yeah.
If there's a ton of these things that they're allowed to put chemicals and fillers.
They put shit in
and so,
everything.
like, what's that red dye? Is
Same
from
thing with the pizza dough.
that
With the flour.
the Beats red dye is like is made of insects. Like, there's a certain amount of things that they're allowed that's chemicals filler, so they don't have to use the whole product to fill it. So
Well-
that's where the FDA comes in, and fuck the
Right,
FDA.
and that's where
like,
the FDA just ruins shit.
they just find
They ruin shit because it's all about money with them. But
Yeah.
so the other two rules were not rules, but it's when they're available. So they're expecting in New York
about 18 months.
18 to 2 years before dispensaries and cafes and everything are full blast. And Jersey's more like 6 to 9 months.
Oh yeah,
And
Yeah.
the reason is New York and I can tell you this as I'm licensed 3 times in New York State. I'm a licensed driver. I'm a licensed to sell liquor, and I'm licensed to sell real estate. And all 3 of those, except the driver's license aside, are not easy to get. It takes, you have to have a clean background, and they do a whole thing. They put their finger in my butt. That felt pretty good.
Tickle.
So, but I think my point is that New York makes it difficult, more difficult than other states
Yeah.
to succeed.
New York State,
And they want their money. They
the-
want their money.
The top 3 farms that are approved for medical marijuana are all related to some. They're like a sibling or of somebody of like a hedge fund, like one of the top, the top 10.
Well, that's where the money comes from. So
Right, like you have to have a certain amount of acres and have a certain amount of money to put down, and the people that have this are all part of the wealthiest companies in New York. in New
So
York State.
I found recently out that there's going to be, like you just said, the biggest companies are going to be the first ones to get approved to sell,
because
cultivate,
they've been waiting for years
to
They've been-
cultivate, hire, sell, the whole thing, right? And a lot of these companies they're not going to do the retail portion of it. They're going to let the little people do that.
Yeah.
They want to do the big stuff that makes the money.
chop it up, put
And
it
it's,
out there.
and it's big tobacco. It's all these
it's different-
scumbag
right.
companies, So
But
that's
at
why.
least it'll be a little bit cleaner.
So
than-
because there's no common sense in the state of New York or the United States, it's going to take 2 years before you're able to go out there and actually go to a cafe like in the Netherlands and sit down and smoke a hash bowl,
California.
and have like a
you don't even need.
I'm not
a-
going to California.
California, you don't even need a medical.
I'm not going to California.
Well, I was in L.A. and it was.
You
was,
loved it. You're an actor. You're an artiste.
No, but it was fun to be there by the beach and stuff. But here's the thing: was I went in there and I was like,
I'm just waiting for it to break off and
I was like,
float
yeah,
into the ocean.
I was telling him that I had trouble with my back, like it was getting tight. And he was like, oh, we have something like that. And he was like, do you get any headaches or something like that? And he's like, oh, we have something else for that. And so there's a whole row of different strains for everything from
That's the
CBD
best
or
part. I think the best part is the variety and the knowledge of what you're
Yeah,
going to get.
like they're-
I was speaking to Trish about this. There's things that she's she wants like, in a sense, she's starting a new company, which I love. And it's all organic. And plants have different purposes. And a lot of them have, dandelions are like one of the most healthy flowers on the planet.
You watch
But they call them
Koreans,
weeds.
The Koreans in the neighborhood, they go all around to wherever they
Italians,
grow. And they
Italians
snatch
eat them and everything. And so, Trish didn't know that, and then I told her about it. She started doing research, and now she's starting a company called Dandylove, and she's doing hair product, skin product, everything with dandelion, and everything healthy. But she was
Dandylove.
doing more. She was doing more, and Wildflower Wellness is the name of the product that she's developing. So, I love my girl because she's so motivated to do stuff like this, and it's great. But she's learning about the benefits of different, stuff like that. So when obviously, with the weed came up, you want to know what's good and what's bad for what ailments. If you have a headache, what's good for the headache?
Right, and
because there's a million different strains of pot.
These pros will like whatever bothers you.
And
if you
some
have
of them
wrist-
you don't need THC in some of them.
Right,
Some
like-
of them could be no THC,
Right.
just CBDs.
He was like,
I don't mean to take us off topic real quick.
That's what we do.
We got hit from Jerry. He said Donatos.
Jerry Donato's and so that's
218th Street
that-
Hillside.
That's Jerry from the Bagel Parlor who Donato's, which I've heard about a million times. A friend of mine lived down there, and I knew the place was really good.
And he said, I'm cousins with the family who owns
Gab-
Caramia.
What is it?
Caramia.
I don't know.
Park Place.
Oh yes. He
and
told
the
me about
Park
that.
Shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
So listen, Jerry's the man.
watching.
Again, go down to the Bagel Parlor. The place is off the freaking charts. I'm not lying. If I'm lying, I'm dying. You can call me up and call me out on it. Trust me when I tell you, I'm 200. Oh, I lost a few pounds. I'm 255 pounds for a reason. It's because I like my food. But we're definitely a little past where we needed to be. I mean, it's amazing that like these shows freaking fly.
Oh, we're banned.
We're banned.
We got
So
banned like
We got to
this.
change our names, our mustaches.
we
and
hope
be
you guys
somebody else.
enjoyed the last show of
Yeah.
Mike and Sean podcast.
Coming.
Coming soon, it'll be the Sean and Mike podcast. We're
Yeah.
just going to change the name around. But no, I wanted to announce that we are literally like minutes to hours to like short days away from releasing and launching
Our first album.
the NYC Pizza Gurus website. Which I know I've been talking about it for a long time. We wanted to make sure we got it right, guys, and we got it right. We got it right, we think. So we will.
think.
We think.
All right.
Listen, it's all a learning curve,
Who the
but
fuck knows?
we're gonna, once it's launched and once we're open for business, we will allow. I mean, I will announce it and let you guys go and tell us for yourself. I want feedback. Don't be afraid to ever call, text, yell at us, curse at us. You say if we suck, tell us we suck. I'd rather somebody not
Tell us we suck and tell us where you are when you tell us we suck.
I mean, seriously, if Mike sucks and he, just say, Sean, Mike sucks, it's not that difficult.
Actually, what you get more is, Sean, shut the fuck up and let Mike speak.
Right, that too.
That too.
I'm going to go with the first one.
Gerardo writes. Gerardo writes. Oh, I want in on that.
And which
he wants
one?
in on...
On Sean? He can't do that. It's
on
not what he wants.
My Dingleberry?
Yeah, I think he
Just the
wants to get
Pizza
on
Guru.
in the pizza.
Oh,
Guru.
yes. No, the Pizza Gurus. Listen, so Gerard, Gerard, listen, if you're listening, I got you.
He is.
I
That's
have,
why he said
you
it.
know what? And since we're on the air, I'm going to say it. Gerard, this is so you can understand what I'm doing. We have 19 shirt designs that we, came up with on our own, if whatever it is. But we have designs, and the goal is we have a platform set up. We have drop ship capabilities. You can basically go on the site, order a shirt, 1 shirt, 20 shirts, doesn't matter, and within a day or 1 to 3 days, you can have it shipped to your house. And my goal, because of my friendship with a lot of these local businesses, and I recently met Gerard, who's a good guy, about a year and a half ago, whenever he opened up the place, because it's across the street from my business. I happen to have a lot of friends who own pizzerias and stuff. So the idea was, since we have the platform to make these shirts, I'm going to give these pizzerias the capability of making their shirt for them. Gerard, come give me a design, send it to me. I'll call you, but we'll talk personally. But the whole idea is you give me a design. We upload it to our platform. He owns the Bagel Parlor. We're talking about the same Bagel Parlor.
Gotcha, okay.
So, but what I could do is, because he makes pizza, I'll do those shirts. That's my point. And it's free marketing. And the reason why it works is because we have the ability to do this already at no cost to you whatsoever. No overhead whatsoever to any pizzeria owners out there, any business owners that want to be involved with this. A lot of this is more about, obviously we're selling t-shirts, but we're not going to be millionaires selling t-shirts. This is more about growth and promotion of local business. And we're going to be marketing, producing, and retail selling the shirts for nothing at no cost to any of these owners. It doesn't cost them anything. So all they really got to do is just give me the logo or whatever they want put on the shirt. It doesn't have to be their logo. It could be anything. It could be a saying. It could be anything. But the point being is, we will do that for you, and and we will actually give cutbacks to whatever. We're not trying to, again, get rich at this. So we'll give businesses back some money. So again, we'll be in, I'll be in touch with a lot of these owners personally. That's going to be part of the marketing strategy we have coming up in the next couple of weeks. I got to reach out to a lot of owners. And Jerry, you're going to be one of those guys that I'll reach out to first, because I know I talked to you about something about this a while ago. And I'm very eager to taste your pizza. And by the way, we talked about it. Maybe you can make us a pie next week. So that would be great, or 2. And we'll talk about your delicious stuff on the air. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we just want to say thank you. Like, add, share, subscribe. Don't let YouTube shut us up. Don't let any of these social platforms shut us up. I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they have. I'm just saying don't let them.
Don't let it
And-
happen.
And you know how we don't let them?
back.
The way we don't let them is by followers and by attention and by support. They can't stop. You can't fight the power, man. You can't
Fight the power that beat.
Thumbs up on the screen.
Just hit the thumbs up on the screen.
Let's go, man. Hit the thumbs up. Follow it, like it, share it. Most important, you know.
I want to say thank you very much to Steven, whoever hell you were making the call. We want to say thank you very much to Joe Padota.
Joey P.
Thank you very much for the call. We want to say thank you very much to Roberto Giambi, the studio monster. And we want to say very, very special thank you, as always, to Studio Mike for always doing a great job for us.
No, most
And-
important is without Mike, when we don't exist. So,
You guys got a sleeping bag?
yeah, you coming over.
No, I'm gonna. I need a sleeping bag. I'm gonna go camp out at a
To get the-
bagel
for the
place.
bagel piece.
the bagel place
There you
to
go.
try one of those things.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Anyway,
did I miss anything? Oh, and the morning show.
Ray Lodge.
Ray
Ray
Lodge.
Lodge.
Thank you very
Most important, Ray Lodge.
Yeah, Ray-
Thank you very much.
You know what? That's internal support that we like very much. So we will definitely be showing you the love back, Ray. Thank you very much, my man.
100%.
And shout to every one of the Mixed Vibes radio shows. We're all a big happy family. This shit is growing. We're
I
blowing.
can't wait to have that one.
We're not
big
blowing.
party. We're
Not blowing.
Not blowing.
We're
no,
blowing
no.
up.
Yeah, somebody's blowing, but
Support
it might
Lady.
be just Sean,
Support
so.
Life. Tuesday nights. Backstage Pass. Her show is phenomenal. And all the other shows that are on Mixed Vibes Radio. Go to mixedvibesradio.com on all your social media platforms.
100%.
To my left-hand man, Mike, I love you.
Shawnee
you.
Bug,
Thank you guys all very much. And
big fan of yours. You know
this
that,
is
by
the Mike
way.
and Sean show.
And we're shutting it down. We're going.
And
we're out.
And what is it? And even if we
Listen, this is the Mike and Sean show. We know more than you. But even if we don't,
We're gonna say we do.
Fuck it.
Suck it.